Welcome everybody. It's the 21st night of September and it is GXPC. It's another week of GXPC action. Today it will be ATL versus NFG. A very, very important game for both of these teams, but with everything coming up soon. Playoffs, everybody's going for the race for this. This is very important for everyone.
Right now, as you said tonight, it's NFG versus Atlas. We're just waiting get into this champion select here. But are you kind of like picking sides on who you think is going to win tonight, or not quite sure yet?
I'm a little confused because Slivering Dingus is in that jungle. Slivering Dingus for me is an all-star top laner, and he has been a consistent mid laner for this squad. So I have no idea how the team's going to do with him in the jungle. They might have done it before, but I don't recall it, and it's kind of weird to see him in that role.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Like we've seen him in the mid lane and very strong on Orianna, and I believe Corki as well. And recently we've seen him in the top lane, but it looks like he's going to be playing jungle this game, which is like I'm confused as to like why NFG wants to try him somewhere new, or maybe they've been practicing, who knows. But hopefully Silvering does very, very well in the jungle, especially against Pax, who I think he's subbing tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
I have absolutely no idea. I'll have to get confirmation on that. In the top lane for ATL is Concept. In the jungle will be Pax. In the mid lane is Chibiritsu. The AD carries Majestic Kiwi, and the support is Destiny, sorry. And then for NFG, their top laner is Harbinger. Again, surprisingly, in the jungle it's Slivering Dingus. The mid laner is Aziz. The AD carry tonight will be as Commander, and the support is JS for Penguin. And both teams, NFG, have lost 3 bans for the first game, and Atlas has lost all bans all series.
The first ban we see is Rise. I'm not sure how Chibi does on Rise, but I do remember him being in here a couple seasons ago, and he recently left, and now he's back. So the last time I've seen him, I think, was season 2 or 3 of GXPC, or back then it was known as FFWF. I'm excited to see him play again, as I haven't seen him in the mid lane for quite some time.
The Rise pick is definitely a power pick, regardless of if you play it or not, in the mid lane and in the top lane. We've seen it a bit in Korea, and we've seen a couple of NA teams bring it out. Hanser playing incredibly well with it, taking Frozen Heart and absolutely destroying people with it. It is an incredibly strong power pick, and it's a good thing to get off the table for sure.
You too will be judged.
Okay, so we have confirmation that the E-sub is actually Concept, not Pax. So they are E-subbing in the top lane against Harbinger, who has been playing a fair bit of top lane for other teams and has been doing fairly well. So it'll be very interesting to see how these two players battle it out.
Yeah, and we do see NFG take Destiny's Morgana away. I believe that's Destiny's Morgana. So we're just kind of like waiting out these timers, seeing what NFG is gonna ban against Atlas, who unfortunately doesn't have any bans. So they're at a slight advantage already.
The Urgot, however, is still open, which has been a very strong counter pick in almost every region. It's been seen a lot of pick, a lot of ban, and so far it's seen no presence in this series. Obviously picks haven't come through, but leaving it open is very dangerous, especially when there are other picks like Zoe or Aatrox on the table, but they seem to be more scared about the Morgana Rise.
Yeah, I'm like really excited to see Commander come back. He hasn't really been on a team for I think a couple weeks now, or at least a week, and now he's going to be coming back. And we've seen that you know, he's been very strong on Kaisa, And because Atlas has no bans, he might be able to pick that up, or like another one of his strong hyper carries that he likes to play. So
yeah, the first round picks usually go for a strong support. I would not be surprised to see a Braum. Jay, very, very well versed in his Braum. A lot of engaged supports coming up from him. They could go for the Kaisa priority. I think Urgot is also a very strong champion, and that will be the Varus for NFG.
yeah, I do like Cam on Varus. I feel like that's one of his better champions. So I see why that would be a first pick.
As Commander on a hyper carry does seem to be his story in his career as a player in GXPC. He's always been on those carry champions. There is the Alistar. Very, very strong champion. Very good right now. The next pick is probably going to be another 80 carry. I think it's probably going to be Kaisa here. I think she's incredibly strong and one of the few 80 carries who can match the Varus. And forces it into more of a skill matchup coming into that late game.
Yeah, I do have to agree with you. I would also like to see, like, if not Kaisa. Well, there's the Kaisa. Never mind. I was gonna say another late game like hyper carry, like maybe a Jinx, a Twitch, something along those lines. But Kaisa is confirmed. That's going to be an Alistar Kaisa bot lane for Atlas there, and we do see that Slivering Dingus locks in the Urgot for NFG.
Now that is a priority champion. NFG gave up the Urgot. Sorry, NFG gave up the Kaisa, knowing that the other team would have to pick it, because if they ban out Kaisa, well, they have the best AD carry now in Varus. So they give the enemy team Kaisa, and now they get Varus, Urgot, and Braum, three of the strongest champions right now. Braum being one of the best supports, Urgot being an incredible champion mid and top lane, and Varus just being a crazy AD carry.
Yeah, Daddy Braum is definitely one of the better supports right now. I do love him against most AD most AD carries that happen to get a lot of attack speed, like mid to late game. Varus, he's kind of slow on building that attack speed if you don't get ahead in lane. So hopefully, Scamander and JS for Penguin will be able to capitalize on their laning phase and put that Braum Varus to work in the bot lane.
Galio's kind of a surprise for me. It's good with the Kaisa. You can ult in, and then you can have Galio ult on top of her. But arguably, it's kind of a weird pick. We don't see a whole lot of Galio in pro play. I don't think it's necessarily the best option. You can go Galio, but there are so many other power picks open. Aatrox is still up, Zoe's still up, and Zoe does fine against the Urgot. Cassio, I think, is fine right now. I think it's really weird that they go for the Galio here.
I would like to point out that when Chibi went against Frisian in mid lane, before Frisian, got his practice in and became like a mid main, Chibi actually gave him a really hard time back a couple seasons ago in GXPC. So we do know that Chibi's strong on Galio just for like being able to give other players in this league like a hard time with it. So I do think that he might be able to get ahead in mid lane and capitalize on that Galio pick, and it's definitely going to help out his teammates once he gets ult up and is able to come in and kind of save the day. And that is a really good roam potential with the Galio ult and the teleport as well. So I'm really excited to see how Chibi decides to play that Galio tonight.
Well, surprisingly enough, both sides have actually left up pretty much every jungler in the game. There has not been any jungle priority so far this draft. It makes a lot of sense from NFG. They get the Varus they wanted, even though they had to give up the Kaisa. They got the Urgot and the Braum they wanted. But all NFG has to do in this next phase, if they could pick up the Olaf, it's just an absolute mess for the side of Atlas. Olaf being able to run through the Alistar, run through the Galio, get to the Kaisa, and just cause havoc in that backline is going to be a huge mess of trouble for Atlas.
Yeah, I'd have to agree, for sure. That would be a good pick for them, but kind of like we gotta wait and see. I do think that they're gonna pick something a little bit more around the team comp though that they have going on. Like they already have two tanks, kind of Galio, but it looks like they're gonna go with the Sejuani. which I do feel is a good pick just for the CC, so they can easily lock down the Varus as long as Braum and his other teammates aren't there to kind of protect him from that. But I feel like that's definitely a good hard CC pick for Atlas there.
Atlas is definitely going for all the eggs in one basket composition. They've got the Alistar tank engage support. They've got the tanky engage mid lane. They've got the tank jungler. They are basically saying, Kiwi, you are our golden god in this game. You will win us or you will lose us this game. We are putting all our eggs in your basket. This is up to you. On the side of NFG, you have to be scared of the Varus, you have to respect the Urgot, you have to respect Trundle from stealing Sejuani's resistances, and the Orianna pickup absolutely is very strong, but there's no ball delivery system.
Right, yeah, with NFG, you do have to worry about all the damage on their team. They're not just having one person do mass amounts of damage. It's pretty spread out. As far as Atlas goes, though, you just have the Kai'Sa, and now we see the Renekton come out. If they decide to go AD Renekton instead of tank, then we could see him becoming a problem as well. But if that's a tank Renekton, then again, Atlas is just having to put all of their hope into this Kai'Sa. So it really depends on how they decide to protect her if that is indeed a tank Renekton. But yeah, right now, I think NFG has this. As far as comps go.
I have to look at this draft, and I have to say, what is going on from both sides? From the side of NFG, Urgot, amazing pick, fantastic. Varus for the trading the Varus first pick, so they get the Kai'Sa, so you get Urgot Braum. That's great. Getting one of those two picks alone is great, but getting them both, that's phenomenal from the side of NFG. That's great drafting. But in the second phase, they go for the Trundle, who is he got nerfed recently. He hasn't been seeing a lot of play. You have the Olaf open, and then you take the Orianna when you don't have a ball delivery system. I have to look at this and say, what's the point of the Orianna pick? Just go for the Syndra. It's going to do what you want Orianna to be, that damage-dealing mid laner who can stop Galio from roaming. Well, give Aziz an assassin, and how is Galio going to roam?
I really want to get into this and see how both these comps work for these teams. Personally, I do think that Atlas is a little bit too tanky, and they could do with a little bit more damage. But again, as we see with NFG, they have the Urgot, the Orianna, and the Varus. So it's definitely one of those you gotta wait and see when we get into this to see how it goes games. As of right now, at least.
And then when it comes down to Atlas's comp, they picked the Sejuani when Trundle was open. I'm giving Slivering a lot of crap for picking Trundle when Olaf was open, but at the end of the day, I'm giving him a lot of crap for picking Trundle when Olaf was open, but at the end of the day, Pax picked Sejuani when Trundle was open. That's as big a mistake, if not more so. Trundle's just going to steal all your resistances. Olaf's going to run through your backline, or Trundle's going to steal all your resistances. You have to get rid of one, and then the other one isn't an issue. If you pick the Olaf in this scenario, Trundle's no longer an issue. If you pick the Trundle, Olaf's no longer an issue. Olaf's going to... The best trade they can get is they pick the Olaf, and they give NFG the Trundle. Because they take away the Olaf from NFG, which is absolutely fantastic. Because Olaf completely screws them. But NFG picks the Trundle. I don't understand the draft. Olaf's a better pick for NFG. Sejuani is not at all the pick that you want on the side of Atlas. She's not strong right now. There's so many better tank junglers. Gragas is open. Olaf, Skarner. There's so many champions that could do her job better than she can right now. I don't see the point in picking this.
I mean, like I said earlier, Sejuani is a good pick for that hard CC, but other than that, I'm not really sure what they were going for, really, unless Pax is super comfortable on the Sejuani and thinks that he can get capitalization in lanes just by having really good ganks. Yeah, I'm not really sure, but I do like the fact that they did pick up a jungler with Hearts. So.
Well, we're going to have to wait and see. We're going to get into this game in just a minute. Before then, we are going to go into a little bit of a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
My name is Tim Borseth, and I own and operate Games XP in Decorah, Iowa. Games XP is a geek paradise. We carry everything from Pong and Atari all the way to Xbox One and PS4, and all the games that would go with those consoles as well. We also carry a ton of movies. We have handheld games. We have Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon. We have D&D and Pathfinder. We carry Warhammer 40K. We have a vintage Star Wars selection. This place is great. My wife and I have had 6 kids, and they are so much fun to work with here at the store. They run the store as much as I do.
And we now repair cell phones, game consoles, computers, and small electronics.
Our store is instant fun. Not only is there cool music and cool stuff to look at, but we have a game room that is so much fun. It's free to play, and you just plug in your game system and enjoy life. The Game XP motto is bringing joy to people's lives through our products, people, and a place to play. So you have got to come to Decorah, Iowa, and check out Games XP and experience this geek gaming paradise.
Welcome everybody to the game. This is game 1 of the series, ATL versus NFG. We're going to get into game 1 here. I wanted to point out that, surprisingly, Harbinger chose to go Airy instead of the spellbook that we've been seeing in most regions. But while I'm talking about that, it looks like NFG wants to go for an invade on the concept of this top side.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try to invade here, and that's a really good invade with the Braum, if they can get the Q off on that Renekton.
It's a good hit, a good slow concept. He's going to have to flash away. That is exactly the start that NFG wanted. Very easy ganks for Slivering Dingus up in that top lane to get the game rolling. That's going to be fantastic for them, if they can abuse it.
Yeah, they did get a little bit of vision up there when they did go in, but I don't think that's in a really relevant place. You know, their buff isn't warded, and that's definitely going to go before Sejuani can get to her Krugs.
Destiny also getting a very nice ward down onto NFG's red. That's going to provide them a lot of extra information here on the start for Slivering Dingus, where he's going to go.
Yeah, so they do know that Slivering Dingus is starting the red because of that ward, but you know, it's not NFG's ward isn't in a place where they can say, oh yeah, Sejuani's definitely starting red or definitely starting blue, kind of a guesstimation. But since they're meeting here in the river, then I'm sure they know for sure.
Down on this bot side, the knockup coming from Destiny. The Ignite is down to Escamander. He might be going down here. He's going very low. The Ignite is ticking. The stun goes down to Kiwi. Oh, Destiny, they're going to back away. That is a massive trade for Atlas's bot lane.
Yeah, we did see Destiny blow that Ignite, and Commander had to use both his summoners. JS for Penguin used Ignite, so we're down a lot of summoners already.
With the level 2, the flash down, and that will be Escamander dying to first blood. Atlas's bot lane getting that 2v2 win.
Yeah, very good play from Destiny. Very good knockback.
Atlas's bot lane saying we are going to win this series. Destiny trying to be the MVP player here, putting up a show at 2 minutes.
Yeah, now Jay's for Penguin has to kind of like sit around, wait for his AD carry to come back, and now Commander's already behind in CS. Feels bad.
Yeah, this is incredibly unfortunate for the side of NFG. And up in this top lane, Slivering Dingus, he might be looking for it. Concept's walking down. He's going to get the ward off. The pillar comes through. He's going to throw down his Icy Domain, but Slivering Dingus is going to say, you know what? You can take that one. He's going to walk back down to his jungle.
Yeah, and we do see that in the mid lane, we're just getting some trades back and forth. It looks like Chibi already has a level advantage on Azizi.
Oh, looks like a trade down in this bot lane. Not much is going to come out of it, though. No summoners for either side to be too aggressive. In this mid lane, a little bit of a gank, but nothing massive.
That Concept is really low in the top lane as well.
Yeah, everybody seems to be getting pretty low. There's a lot of fighting here coming into this early game. It seems like the players are really starting to feel the stress of this series, maybe. Oh, and it looks like Pax and Slivering might meet up in the river here. Doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Destiny's walking forward. This could be a very good pinch. Slivering Dingus not in the best position. He's going to throw down his domain, and Destiny's going to Hex Flash back over the Dragon Pit. Oh, Harbinger! Getting a solo kill up on the top side.
Yeah, he is very low, but unfortunately, Harbinger is very low. Unfortunately, Sejuani isn't anywhere near the top lane, and Galio is having to back in the mid lane. Can't really finish him off.
And that's going to be the 3 TPs coming out, actually. There is legitimately no teleport pressure until about the 10-minute mark on either side. That's going to be pretty massive.
Yeah, and like every lane's trading, and it's a little bit unfortunate because like no one's really getting too far ahead. Like except for like this Kaisa in the bot lane, like she has a lot of CS over Cam already.
Yeah, this is a very toxic game from both sides. However, there is a very, very big gold lead already for this early in the game towards the side of Atlas. A good knockup of this bot lane for Destiny. Majestic Kiwi, he might get stunned up here. S Commander is ignited. Kiwi is going to kite away the trample from Destiny. He's going to get the stun onto Penguin. He's going to have to run away. And Atlas's bot lane are just taking amazing trades consistently and keeping up the pressure that they've got.
Yeah, no. At this point, Jay is for Penguin and Scamander. They don't want to fight in the bot lane. But with that Alistar engage, it's really hard not to fight. And it's very hard to disengage from that as well, especially with, just Alistar being really tanky and the Majestic Kiwi having a damage advantage already.
This is very important for the side of Atlas. Part of their win condition is definitely getting Kiwi ahead. If they can do that, then their composition starts to work in their favor at around the 25-minute mark, especially when Kaisa starts to really hit that late game point. And then the Protect the Kaisa comp starts to shine.
Right, and it looks like Majestic Kiwi is going to back here, get some items, come back to lane. I do want to point out that they started a Doran shield instead of a Doran's blade.
Yeah, trying to get a little bit more sustain down in that mid lane. It looks like Pax might be trying to go for this here. Harbinger's pretty pushed up. The ult comes through. Concept gets the stun. The flash Q coming in from the Sejuani. That is the permafrost, and down goes Harbinger.
Yeah, Slivering Dingus did go up to help, but unfortunately he was a little bit too late. Sejuani did roam a little bit faster.
It's a beautiful play from the side of Atlas.
Nice game from Pax for sure.
Oh, this could be another one. That's a very good taunt and a attempt at the flash out. Oh, they're looking to turn it. As easy gets the shockwave. Slibber Dingus walking forward to beat through. He's going to have to flash away, but the flash comes through from Slibber Dingus. He's going to get the pillar up. He's going to look for more, but not enough damage is going to go down. As Pax is going to get to walk away with his friend dead.
Yeah, and it looks like bot lane's roaming up to this mid, trying to get something to happen here.
Oh, it looks like Majestic Kiwi. Atlas does not get the WQ. Majestic Kiwi flashing forward. He wants a lot out of this, but sadly it's going to be a bit of a wasted flash. They're just going to shove out this mid wave.
Yeah, I think that maybe an early Infernal would have been a little bit better of a call, just because they didn't get anything out of that one.
Oh, Pax here. He's not doing too good. The Galio ult's coming through. The pillar's there. Oh, a great knockup from Destiny. He's going to knock them all over using the blast plant. Pax not in the best position, though. He's a little bit caught out. He might be fine, though. The W from Majestic Kiwi gets the dragon down onto NFG's bot lane, and it looks like Destiny wants a little bit more. He's going to get the ward down. Everybody is chasing down here. They do not want to stop this play yet. Slivering Dingus coming in behind Destiny. Destiny walking forward. The stun goes through. He gets a knockup. He gets a knockback. Then on to S-Commander. Now it looks like Shibisu, he's going to run forward, he's going to get the dash, he's going to look for the taunt, he's going to get it down to Slivering Dingus. The Q comes through, the Winds of War doing a fair bit of damage, but the turnaround is coming through from NFG. Chibaritsu goes down, he has bit off far more than he can chew. And at the top side, Concept gets a return solo kill down to Harbinger.
Yeah, a lot of trading going on. We do see multiple summoners being burned. We see the Kai'Sa's down her heal and her flash. Destiny has his Hextech flash up.
Ooh, Pax! Oh! That's a heartbreaker.
Feels bad.
Oh. Oh, that's not something you want to see. Damn. That's gotta be very unfortunate. Whew, this game's turned out to be pretty action-packed, and there's only 6 kills on the board.
Yeah, we do see a lot of trading. I would like to point out the vision control. NFG has priority over that Rift Herald, and Atlas has priority over the Infernal Drink. So
Yeah, look at that control wards.
Yeah, a lot of control wards from Atlas.
Like this ward pattern alone is simply showing Atlas is our prime carry, or sorry, Kiwi is the prime carry for Atlas. He is going to win us this game, so we're going to put all of our all of our eggs into this basket, aka 75 gold every time we recall, and we are going to make sure that there is absolutely no way this guy's getting ganked ever.
Yeah, like you have pink wards from Atlas on every.
Oh, and then up at
the bot side jungle.
I'm sorry to bother you, but up at this top side, Harbinger not looking too good. The permafrost going down. He doesn't look like he's gonna live. He's gonna try to walk away. The ult comes through from Pax to secure it, and they're gonna try to look for this top turn, or maybe they'll just back away.
Yeah, I think after Harbinger got that solo kill top lane, they just didn't want him to have any more kills because Sejuani's been up there quite a bit, Salvernecta now, and Harbinger dropped from 1-0 to 1-3.
Harbinger looking very hot before, not looking too hot now. This KDA is going to suffer a little bit as he's going to be forced to burn that TP. That is teleport advantage completely for the side of Atlas. And Shibaritsu, he's looking at Slivering Dingus. He might have found him. He's going to get the taunt. He's going to full channel it. He's going to get the Winds of War down in a second. He gets the knock up. Slivering Dingus is going to kite away. There's a TP coming in from Concept. Nobody wants to fight here. The TP burn, though. That's TP advantage down. Shibaritsu being the only other person with it.
Yeah, like that was really good on both Concept, Sejuani, and Chibi to all like pinpoint him, say, hey, like we might need more than one person to kill him. Let's go try. So just having like that extra support there in their jungle shows that like, hey, we have control over this. Like, don't come in here anymore.
Oh, it looks like Pai's coming. He's going to try to look for a play here. Slivering Dingus going very low to this Drake. He does not stop, actually. He's staying on this Drake. His flash is coming up. I think he's just waiting for it. The shockwave does not hit anyone. Slivering does get the Drake. He's going very low down on this bot side. Destiny, he's going to be traded down. The 1v2 here. He's going to survive it. The Braum ult coming through is not enough. Chibaritsu's going to get pushed way up at the top side. There's a big fight going on, but that's not important right now. Concept trying to get a little bit dangerous up in that top side, trying to throw Harbinger down. Chibaritsu, he's looking for a bit more. He's going to get the taunt off. Nothing is going to come out of it, although it does land. Destiny, he's waiting for Jay. He's not going to look for it, though. He's going to just wait. He's going to clear the ward.
Yeah, I would like to point out that, you know, with Scamander being a little bit behind this Kaisa, he's not really doing the damage that he needs to do. And so he can't really take out that support quite yet.
Telebos, he misses the ult. Aziz, he does use the stopwatch, but it doesn't matter. The permafrost is coming through. The Wings of War, the damage is just too much. The barrier gets popped. He does have flash. He's going to go over. 2 flashes for 1. That's worth it for him.
Yeah, even though they picked up the kill, I wouldn't have, you know, wanted 2 people to use their flash because that's like a 5-minute cooldown.
Ooh, Destiny, he's gonna get the knock up, he's gonna get the trample, the stun comes down, he's gonna get the ignite. Majestic Kiwi, he's pushing forward. Jay does not want this to happen. Majestic says no! He flashes forward, he gets the kill, and he gets out with his life. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen for very long. Majestic Kiwi not in the best position. The pillar comes through. Destiny, he does not want his friend to die. He's going to jump forward, take the bullet. He is going to knock everybody up. Slivering Dig is pushing forward for him. He gets the smite down. Destiny not long for this world. He is going to die. Majestic Kiwi, the slow is down now onto him. TP is coming through from Chibi. This is enough to get them to back away. Cancel does come through.
Yeah, you got to start kind of feeling bad for Scamander in this game. Like, he got behind early on, and now, you know, he can't really pick it up just because, like, anytime that Kaisa and Alistar both are there, he normally gets picked off. And it's really unfortunate. So unless he can somehow, you know, farm side lanes and get back up in CS, or even get a couple assists from his teammates, then it's going to be really hard for Varus to come back.
Destiny and Kiwi, though, so far as a duo and as individual players, are absolutely out of their minds so far this game. It looks like they might try to go for something mid lane. Destiny's hovering around. He does see that he's been warded out, though. There are pings down onto this mid lane, the Winds of War. Up in this top side, it looks like Concept and Harbinger are going to duel it out. Concept, he's going to look for the worst. The Fear Beyond Death misses. Concept gets his solo kill again.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Harbinger. Like, he started out really well, and then it just went downhill after Sejuani came up and helped that Renekton out.
Concept is definitely trying to show that it is not just Kiwi, he is also a shining beacon of this game and trying to show he will also help Majestic Kiwi win this game. It's not on his back. There are some eggs in my basket too.
Yeah, like, I wasn't...
Oh, the gank coming in, a beautiful ult Q from Pop, and Azizi will go down!
I wasn't really sure about Atlas's team comp starting out this game, just because, you know, they're really tanky. But it seems like it's working out for them, and I think it's partially because Scamander got behind.
It looks like they're going to look for something in this bot side. A beautiful ult away from the Kaisa. Majestic Kiwi doing a wonderful job. The taunt about to come through. The permafrost down to the Braum. As Commander not long for this world, he's going to go down to the Winds of War. And that will be another turret down on this bot side, as it looks like they're trying to ping for this mid one. NFG might try to get something back on here, but there are 4 in this bot lane. They can look for this other turret.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm starting to feel really bad for this bot lane.
Atlas is playing an incredibly fast game. Chiburitsu, he's looking forward. Slivering Dingus, he's looking like a bit of a dingus right now himself. He's getting permafrosted. He is way overextended, and he's going to die for it. And that bot lane turret goes down. Majestic Kiwi and Destiny showing how good of a duo they are being in this game so far.
Yeah, I would like to point out that, like, even though,
Oh, it looks like there might be a little bit more as Commander. Not going to look to engage with Jay. He's walking a little bit far up. It looks like Harbinger is going to be around. The Fear Beyond Death is up. He has his flash. Teleport is available to himself too. Not sure why he teleport forward. And it looks like they're actually just going to give up this play. And unfortunately, that means that Atlas gets a free Rift Herald.
Jeez, there's so much going on, I can't even talk. But I was going to say that, let's see, even though NFG went for like more of like multiple carry comp, the fact that their carries didn't get ahead is why this team comp isn't really working out for them. Like the Orianna didn't get ahead and the Varus didn't get ahead, and Trundle, like, he's doing things but not as much as he could be doing at this like moment in the game. And so it's a little bit unfortunate for NFG, just like getting so far behind and not having the support from your laners and your jungler like Atlas is having.
Ooh, Concept, he's going to catch Azizi up in this jungle, and Azizi is going to die. The shockwave does not go through, also does not go on cooldown. Shelly going to hit this first mid-turret. Majestic Kiwi has the stun down onto him. The Winds of War go forward. Shelly looking for a bit more. Pi is going to look for Slivering Dingus down this side. It does not look like he's long for this. He is going to go down very quickly. Shelly dies too. Slivering Dingus, he barely dies, almost makes it away. It looks like it's going to be a disengage from the side of Atlas.
Yeah, Atlas has so much pressure at this point that I feel like any objective that they go to from this point on is pretty much free. Like if they, like, even now, as I'm talking about it, Sejuani is already trying to get this Mountain Drake.
The Hex flash forward. There's a lot of stuns. The Glacial Fissure comes through for Jay. Concept flashing forward. He gets the stun. He's looking for a bit more. The binding down. The fear of death. He's going to get the kill. JS for Penguin, he's walking forward. Majestic Kiwi not in the best spot. The Shockwave does not find any. And it is going to be a kill down onto Destiny. A double kill for Harbinger, trying to get himself back into this game.
Yeah, that's definitely a step forward. But I still think that at this point it's going to be really hard for NFG's carries to get back into this game.
That's very dangerous for them as the game goes forward. The further the game goes, the more fed Majestic Kiwi seems to get. He's now finished his Ginsus, and that is a massive spike for the Kaisa.
Yeah, I do think that the longer that Atlas waits to end this game, the more difficult it's going to be for them. Like, yes, they do have tanks and off tanks, but when that Orianna starts, you know, doing damage, and if Scamander starts getting the items that he needs to do damage, then it's going to be really tough because they're just going to get melted with the itemization choices from both Ahri and Varus.
Could wind up to be a very toxic game. Shouldn't it go to the 35-minute mark? It looks like Atlas, they've had a very, very proactive game thus far. They've made almost every single play, pushed almost every single objective, and pushed for all of the kills this game. And it doesn't look like they're going to let up, even though we're having a bit of a calm before the storm.
Yeah, I do think that,
Oh?
Oh? Yeah, I do think that it's going to be really hard for NFG to come back, but I like I said, like, if Atlas continues to wait this out, then it's going to be a lot easier.
Harbinger walking forward. Majestic Kiwi not in the best spot. The taunt, the shockwave, a beautiful shockwave. Majestic Kiwi going to have to get away. Concept trying to get in the front of this fight. Slivering Dingus goes a little bit too far forward. Jace for Penguin, he's going to get stunned out, but a lot of damage is going to go down to him. And all down to Escamander in the back. The fight means that he is not in this. The taunt will not find any for the side of Atlas. But another great stun from Concept. He's going to get some damage down to Aziz. The Fear Beyond Death. Harbinger, he's looking to pop off in this fight. He gets Majestic Kiwi. Chimaritsu, he's going to go down too. Destiny, not the best spot. Harbinger is on a triple kill. He pulls Paulo back. He's going to look for a little bit more. The permafrost is up. It will not go through the shield. Harbinger, he's looking for more. Destiny very, very low, but he is not going to get it, and the bot lane turret is going to fall.
Ooh. Yeah, really good from Harbinger. Like, I did not expect that much damage to come out from him. Especially since he got behind in lane, but now that I'm looking at it, like, he's not too far behind in CS from that Renekton, and that fight just got him caught up. So he's gonna start doing damage here, and now you know, Atlas needs to make sure that Varus and Ori don't start doing damage as well, or they're gonna have a really tough time.
Harbinger has hit his spike of Black Cleaver, and now he has a Thornmail. which is very good for him for now, but his lack of MR is really concerning if he wants to be able to absorb this damage, because there's a lot of AP damage on the side of Atlas.
Yeah, they have the Sejuani and the Galio, but they're both like off tank AP, so it's not too bad. But if you stand in like a Galio queue, then you're gonna. I believe that's his.
Oh, in the top side, probably trying to look for a little bit more of the shockwave. Does go off as easy. He is not long. He is going to die. And it looks like Atlas might try to go for this Baron with the mid laner dead. Oh, Destiny! He goes a little bit far forward. Harbinger does get a kill, but that means he's not here for this fight. Oh, a very good disengage coming through. That top lane 1v1 is getting really toxic. Oh, Chibi is walking forward. Not going to look for more.
Yeah, we do see that NFG is starting to get more vision control, but there's a lot of vision from Atlas and the enemy jungle. So I don't think they're going to be able to clear all that out.
Chibi does have to teleport. That's a very big cooldown for the side of Atlas. NFG getting that off the board with Harbinger split push. Very important. Oh, looks like they're going to go all in on a Slivering Dingus. He's not looking too good. He's a little unhealthy, but he's actually going to make it out with just barely his life. It did cost him his flash and his ult. That is huge for the Baron play here for Atlas.
Yeah, it looks like Atlas might be setting up for this Baron, or at least like trying to get some vision on it. Maybe trying to bait a fight.
Oh, Majestic Kiwi not looking too good. Destiny going to push back Harbinger. A lot of damage is going down to Jay. Harbinger, he's running forward himself, though. He flips Destiny back. The ult, the Glacial Fissure coming down. Slivering Dingus is going to kill Concept. Harbinger, he is surviving for a long time, but that will be it for him. The Shockwave does come through from Zizi. It looks like a lot of damage is coming down onto him. That's going to be it for the fight as Atlas pull back for this Baron.
Yeah, and it does look like they're actually going to try and get this.
Oh, Slivering Dingus got himself a little bit caught out. A lot of damage, a lot of stuns, and a lot of CC. Means a lot of death. Slivering Dingus goes down.
Yeah, they definitely want this Baron, but it looks like with NFG trickling in, it's getting really difficult for them to like prioritize that over like killing the other champions instead.
ZZ's walking forward. That's a lot of damage on a Majestic Kiwi. They might actually be able to defend this. Concept teleporting down. The stun does go down, but there's a teleport from Harbinger. There is no way Atlas can keep going for this. Destiny takes the Q for the team. ZZ, he's walking forward, but that's just going to have to be the disengage. But that does mean that NFG could look for the Baron. There is, although, a big wave in this bot side.
Yeah, Trundle and Ori both backed for that. I guess there was a little bit of a miscommunication there just because I don't think they really need both of them to back for that. And, if Atlas wanted to try to engage on this Baron again, then, that's a 3v4, or 3v5, I mean.
Definitely a very, very risky play. So far has not pulled anything in their favor. Kind of just cost them the Baron. Mountain Drake is up though, and it seems like Atlas are trying to fight over every objective, big or small, and Mountain Drake is not necessarily a small objective, especially at this point in the game where they can rush the Baron. This game has been very, very action-packed. A lot of stuff going on very quickly. It looks like Atlas is going to look for this Drake here. They're going to shove it down very quickly. They have another Mountain Drake of their own who is doing damage to his brother, and that is going to be the Mountain Drake down for Atlas. That's 2 Mountain Drakes, which is absolutely massive for them. Baron is up. This is a very important play for Atlas. What they do next is crucial. If they don't get vision around this Baron, it could be very, very bad for them. If they lose even a single fight and they lose that Baron, that could be their entire lead gone. The lead that they amounted is not massive anymore, and they could very easily lose it.
Yeah, it does look like Atlas you know, they put a lot of vision control around that dragon just so they could secure it. But because of that, they lost a few wards around that Baron. So
oh, Destiny's pushing forward. He really wants this. He gets the flash. He's going to get the knockback too. The ult goes down from Paul, and it looks like Slivering Dingus. He's going to have to fall here. Harbinger, he's not looking like he wants to be here either. The Permafrost is very close. The Permafrost goes down, but the bind from the Varist will confirm the disengage. I apologize. But Majestic Kiwi pushing a little far forward. Destiny going up 2, and that is the Galio ult. The Shockwave going down just 1. Majestic Kiwi dodges it with his ult, and that is going to be a 1 team fight for the side of Atlas. No way Harbinger can get this one back home, and that is going to be the game for Atlas.
Yeah, a lot of damage coming out from Atlas. It just shows that, like, you know, if you don't get your carries ahead like they need to be, then it's going to be a really tough mid to late game. And unfortunately, Orianna is 0-7 and Varus is 0-5, so they definitely did not get the kills they needed for this game.
Oh, and it looks like they want a little bit more. They want to be a little toxic to Slivering Dingus as everybody gets in on his death and they get the kill. The Nexus will be the next target in their eyes, and that is the game for Atlas. 1-0 in this series.
Yeah, a lot going on there mid-game. I really wouldn't call that late game just because it didn't quite get to 30 minutes. You know, we saw that Kaisa, you know, definitely came out and did what she needed to do in that game. Definitely got ahead with help, with some help from her laner, or her support and her jungler, as well as a couple roams we saw from Galio in the bot lane. And even though Harbinger tried to come back from that, it was very, very tough for him. And seeing as his teammates didn't have quite enough damage to, you know, kind of support him in getting those kills and like doing the damage that he needed to be done to those, the other team, you know, it just made it really tough for any sort of comeback to come out from NFG.
I mean, if you look at the damage chart after the game, he did 21,000. The next person who was the closest was Atlas's 80 carry with 22,000. Harbinger popped out some incredible numbers in that game. Like, that was some insane damage coming from him.
Yeah, he almost did as much as the Kaisa.
Alright, well, we're going to have a little bit of a break before we get down to Game 2, and we will see if NFG can tie the series or if Atlas will take it 2-0. Welcome back, everybody, to Game 2. It will be Atlas Esports versus NFG. We're going to get into this Game 2 in just a second. Champ Select is going to start. Now, Atlas Esports, still 0 bans. However, NFG have all of theirs. So, this is going to be a very interesting draft phase.
Yeah, now, as a reminder, Concept is e-subbing for Atlas, and NFG lost 3 of their bans last game because they had a player that was late to lobby. So, because this is the second game, the late tardiness policy doesn't take effect until Game 2, only Game 1. So as we're getting into this, we're just going to wait out the bans from Atlas and see what NFG decides to ban.
I am expecting pretty much the same draft out of Atlas. It seemed like Kiwi was super comfortable on that Kaisa. I would not be surprised to see it get banned out from the side of NFG since they have all 5 of their bans. Honestly, I think that game kind of showed that Majestic Kiwi and Concept are 2 very strong players. We're putting a lot of eggs in those baskets. So if you ban us out, we're going to have some issues. But there goes the Morgana ban.
Yeah, but typically, it's very hard to ban out an AD carry just because, you know, they know all of them. I've yet to meet an AD carry man who says, oh, I can't play this AD carry. So I do feel like banning the best champions would definitely have an effect, but like I said, like you can't ban them all. So I do expect like a decent performance from Majestic Kiwi once again, despite like maybe having that Kaisa banned out or taken away from him.
If there's anything I can say this draft, I want to see Harbinger back on that Urgot. That Urgot pick was absolutely destructive for him. The Urgot ban, I'm glad Harbinger is realizing I played incredibly well on the Urgot. The Renekton, however, is such a strong matchup that he actually bullied the hell out of me early. And if Harbinger didn't get that far behind in the early game, considering his damage by the end of the game, he could have absolutely popped off and carried NFG himself.
Yeah, I do think that Renekton definitely gave him a tough time in that top lane, but despite that, I still feel like he did very well on that Urgot, especially when we saw that play in the bot lane where he killed, 3 members of Atlas?
Almost 4. Almost a pentakill by himself. Ooh, the Sejuani ban. A lot of respect going down to Pa. Excuse me.
Yeah, I do feel like he did very well on that Sejuani, but and she can be very annoying to go up against, especially with that CC that she has and that ulti. So I didn't really expect them to ban the Sejuani, but I can see why.
Ooh, and there's the pick, the Kaisa first pick. I'm really glad to see it. Kiwi played so good on it. I'm really surprised it wasn't banned out, honestly. And there is the Varus for Sword. His absolutely amazing Varus pick. He is known for this champion. His name was Piercing Arrow, and now he's going to get to play it for the first time in a very long time, and I'm sure he's happy about it.
Yeah, you know, it's very fortunate for Sword that Atlas doesn't have their bans. Otherwise, I could very well see them banning that Varus from him. So I'm sure he's very happy to finally get to play that.
I'm really surprised about the Scion pick. I'm surprised to see the Scion pick this early. The Nar's still up. Concept proved that he could play Renekton last game. I don't see why he couldn't play the Gnar, or even the Urgot himself. I would be very surprised to not see them immediately counterpick the Scion. The Pyke? Ooh! That's a kill lane and a half.
Yeah, I would like to point out that Scion might very well be support, because we did see that in the Purple Cobras game last time. So I do feel like tanky support goes very well with Varus. So I really would like to see that as a Scion support, and I want to see, you know, the Urgot back on Harbinger.
Ooh, the Darius pick for Concept. Going to another early aggressive top laner like the Renekton. I like that a lot. But, like you said, that could be Scion support, and I think he's picking Darius into Scion. Now, the Urgot's still up, and the Gnar's still up. The Gnar is not the best matchup into Darius, but it's still pretty good if you understand the matchup. And the Urgot, he's just a strong pick. But no, they're actually going to put the Alistar support again, and that should be a Scion top, maybe mid.
Maybe jungle if we're going back 2 seasons.
The Warwick ban. I'm a little surprised to see a Warwick ban. I don't think we've seen a lot of Warwick in the GXPC in general.
Yeah, I sure haven't. That he's pretty spooky with his ulti though. So if you don't have anyone on your team that can really cancel that, then you know he's going to be very problematic, especially when he's ganking the lanes that have like mid lane, for example, where you're one person, you can't cancel that ulti, and you just have to kind of sit there through the pain.
I know that myself, somebody who used to abuse Warwick a fair bit in solo queue. Most of the time, I'm actually never really willing to play it in 5s because he's just not nearly as good as another jungler. Like, you can go Graves or the Olaf, which evidently I love because I'm very biased towards him. I don't think he's necessarily ban-worthy, but if that's what they think Pa's good at, might as well get it off the table.
Yeah, and once again, we're waiting out those bans from Atlas, but I do want to point out that already NFG is looking a little bit tankier than last game with the Alistar and with the Scion, so I think that they kind of want to match that tanky comp that Atlas was going for, or at least have some response to the amount of damage that they might be putting off this game. But we're just gonna wait for Sword to lock in this next pick, which I'm actually excited to see. I'm guessing that they don't want to pick their mid laner first.
Yeah, they're gonna give Aziz the counter pick. It's gonna be the Graves jungle, so that is definitely a Scion top. That's definitely an Alistar support, and we are definitely gonna get that mid lane counter pick for Aziz.
To point out though, I'm not really sure that Pyke is gonna do very well into the Alistar.
Yeah, that's a very, very toxic lane for both sides. Very good kill lane, from a much better kill lane. There's the Urgot. I knew it would come out eventually. I'm pretty sure that's the Urgot mid for Chibi. That is Urgot in pretty much every role that's a solo lane has been seen in pro play, and it has dominated. It has done incredibly well. He's very tanky, and for someone who's so tanky, his damage is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. He does output a lot of damage for being a tank. Oh, and we see the Syndra.
The Syndra pick into the Urgot. That's pretty interesting. I've played both sides of this lane, and I've never really seen Syndra as a good pick for it.
Yeah, I really haven't seen Syndra into Urgot before, but I'd assume it'd help cancel some damage with that stun that she has in her kit. So.
Well, what happens is the Syndra's always constantly trying to trade because that's her champion, right? And Urgot's really big, so you'd assume that all of her skill shots are going to hit. But Urgot's fairly mobile for a champion that's so awkward, and if she misses her E, Urgot all-ins her, there's nothing she can do to escape because she doesn't have her E anymore. So Urgot can very easily solo kill a Syndra who's behind him. So if you can gank her too, it's really hard for the Syndra to get out without her flash.
Right, and I do see that she's taking Ignite. I would have liked to see maybe a cleanser barrier in this lane.
Definitely going to be very toxic for both sides. Actually switches to heal last second. I like the call for heal. I don't know if cleanse would have been the right call because you can't cleanse the Urgot E or the Urgot ult.
Ooh, I thought you could. Whoops.
Nope. It is a knock up, knock back. So, you can... There's, 0.2 seconds, like the Akali ult, where you are stunned behind him, but it's not worth taking cleanse at that point. So the only thing that she really could cleanse is maybe the Pyke stun or the Jack stun.
Alright. But I would like to point out that the bot lane, both supports are taking Ignite, so I'm assuming it's going to be a very aggressive bot lane with the trading from the supports, but I don't really think that Pyke into Alistar is really good, just because Alistar, he does start to get tanky, so I don't think that Pyke can really do the damage he needs to do to Alistar unless that Varus Alistar bot lane gets really far behind like we saw last game. So I do think that he's definitely going to help out when roaming if he does decide to roam. But that's more of how the support decides to play Pyke. So we won't really know how the roaming on Pyke goes until we actually see Destiny start playing him in this game. So I'm really excited to see how Pyke is utilized in this matchup for sure.
Well, there's one thing I do know, and it's that any champion who puts Alistar behind him is probably not a good pick into him, and that's 80% of Pyke's Q and a little bit of his E. So it's definitely going to be a different matchup. I've seen it a fair bit. I've seen it go both ways, but I do think it's a little bit more favorable for Alistar. So we got the stats in, and 86% of people think that Atlas Esports will win, and 14% of people think that those people are wrong and NFG is going to win. So let's talk about win conditions. Because right now what I'm seeing, Darius beats the Scion in the 1v1. Graves Scion beat Darius Jax 0% of the time in the 2v2. Jax Darius just crushed them. So the top side, that's not looking too good for NFG. Urgot and Syndra, that could go both ways. It's pretty much a skill matchup, but Urgot late game is going to be a lot tankier than Syndra and input a little bit more damage. Kai'Sa, the bot lane's a bit of a mess.
Yeah, I would have to agree that the bot lane, it looks like a mess right now. But I would like to see this Varus do, a lot better than we saw last game, especially against the Kai'Sa. I do think that Varus has the potential to win lane against Kai'Sa. Just it needs to be played correctly.
And we're going to have to see if Sword can do better than S-Commander, and we will see if the potential is there for him to do better, as we will come back right after commercial break.
My name is Tim Borseth, and I own and operate GXPC in Decorah, Iowa. GXPC is a geek paradise. We carry everything from Pong and Atari all the way to Xbox One and PS4, and all the games that would go with those consoles as well. We also carry a ton of movies. We have handheld games. We have Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon. We have D&D and Pathfinder. We carry Warhammer 40K. We have a vintage Star Wars selection. This place is great. My wife and I have had 6 kids, and they are so much fun to work with here at the store. They run the store as much as I do.
And we now repair cell phones, game consoles, computers, and small electronics.
Our store is instant fun. Not only is there cool music and cool stuff to look at, but we have a game room that is so much fun. It's free to play, and you just plug in your game system and enjoy life. The GXPC motto is bringing joy to people's lives through our products, people, and a place to play. So you have got to come to Decorah, Iowa, and check out GXPC and experience this geek gaming paradise.
Hello everybody, welcome back. We are now into Game 2, NFG versus Atlas, and it is 1-0 for the side of Atlas, with Majestic Kiwi putting his carry pants on in that last game and putting out a great performance. Let's see if he can do it again.
Right, and it looks like, let's see, NFG is going for a 5-point, and it looks like, both teams are actually. At first I thought they were going to invade, but oh, well. They're thinking about it.
Yeah, not this time. Chibi, it is easy. We're going to meet up a little bit in that mid lane. Ooh. Jay, he gets the knock up onto Destiny. There's no reason for him to use a flash, though. Ooh. He had to start Q, so he is forced to flash away. And he's probably going to be forced to recall. Shouldn't have any adverse effects, though.
Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate for Atlas there. Just because they won't have that Pyke flash in the bot lane, so that's an easy target for them, easy first blood potentially, if they decide to prioritize dealing damage to that Pyke once they get into the laning phase.
So, for that invade, they might not have been 100% looking for the flash, but they got it. But what they were looking for and what they did get was some nice vision down on a pause Raptor pit, because when it comes to Jax clear, it's actually very player dependent on how you want to do it. Some Jax players will go for their Raptors, some will go for their Krugs, and some will skip Raptors altogether, like Paw's doing right now. So that is actually very intuitive ward placement inside of JS for Peggy.
Yeah, and they already know that Jax is heading towards top lane because we did see some pings go down onto him.
They also got some vision onto the red buff, so they know that Slivering Dingus is not yet there, and that he's probably still his bot side.
Right, so really good vision control already from both teams, and we are seeing a little bit of trading in the mid lane, but Azizi was behind already.
Chibi taking a lot of damage, though that is not 100% the best thing you want this early game, especially on the Urgot side. You take a lot more poke than you can deal.
Yeah, a lot of poke going on to JS for Ping 1.
Yeah, the bot lane looking a little bit like a bit of a brawl, almost 24/7. Majestic Kiwi, Destiny trying to keep up the tempo from last game, but they don't have the Alistar this time, which does make it seem a little different.
Yeah, I do like Pyke and Kaisa together, but you know, it's very dependent on getting ahead in lane. So if they don't get ahead, then I don't think that's going to be a very good matchup for them.
That's very true. So what I want to talk about this mid lane is that Azizi didn't choose to go Corrupting Potion, and he is already a little bit low on mana. He's only got about 250 left, which is enough for two and a half combos or so. A little bit more poke. But as Chibi hits level 4, that's when his Q actually does 30 more damage. But enough of me talking about that mid lane. Up in the top lane, there's a gank. The knockup coming down. Concept, he's looking a little low. It's damage the flash and the pull. Concept! What a beautiful attempt. Does not get it, though. And Slivering Dingus is going to get away. Oh, Slivering Dingus. Very low. Guess the level up is going to live.
Oh.
Whew. The mid lane, there's going to be a bit of a fight, but in the bot lane, Majestic Kiwi, I guess, is going to get a kill. A good gank from Paw, seeing that the jungler is not on the right side of the map.
Yeah, that was a very good gang from Pax. The bot lane definitely needed that after, you know, saying that they weren't really trading too well. But back in the mid lane, we do see that Azizi is poking down Chibi quite a bit. But you know, Chibi is just like super tanky, and he does have the Corrupting Potion, so he'll just be able to heal that back up if he really needs to.
Yeah, the mid lane is looking a lot worse for Azizi. Chibi, he's getting the poke. Like I said, he hit that level 4 spike. Azizi has no mana because he didn't go for the Corrupting Potion, but Chibi did.
Yeah, unfortunately, right now, mid laners do need to take that Corrupting Potion instead of that Doran's Ring. So I feel like Azizi's just going to keep getting poked out until, you know, he finally gets enough mana from items to finally, you know, have more sustain in lane versus Chibi. But I think at that point, Chibi's just going to be very far ahead.
Now up at this top, Concept is dueling with Harbinger. Harbinger's going to go a little bit low, Concept bringing him down. Concept is doing an incredibly good job in this lane, a massive CS lead for him.
Yeah, we do see that Concept is trying to get some damage onto Harbinger, but that's under Harbinger's turret. So I don't think he can really do much without taking a few tower shots. But we do see a ward go down just in case... you know, a gang tries to happen top lane.
A lot of pings going down and around Slivering Dingus. He's coming up behind them in this bot side. Majestic Kiwi dashes away. Oh, Destiny, he's going to get the stun out. Oh, he's going to get the pull into Slivering Dingus. He's not looking too good. There's a lot of damage going down to him. It's not going to be a kill, but he is going to be forced away. Sword and getting a little bit more damage too.
Yeah, very good pull from Destiny. Right under tower, poor Slivering Dingus. Just a little bit more damage than they would have had him, so I feel like that was a good trade.
Up at this top lane, Concept did hit level 6. This is a very, very good point for the Darius, especially when Harbinger is already half HP when he hit it. He's going to get the recall off. Harbinger is going to have to TP if he wants to recall too.
Oh, poor Azizi.
Yeah, he's not looking too good. Chibitsu is getting a lot of damage down onto him. A lot of good poke coming in from that Q. Now that it's leveled up a little bit, Slivering Dingus might try to look for this. Chibitsu is walking down some damage.
Yeah, we do see some poke coming out from Sword, but...
Oh, it looks like they're going to try to... Oh! Oh, he's actually going to really respect it and immediately flash away. That's a lot of respect from him.
Yeah, that's quite a bit. I mean, but you don't really want to fight a 2v1 like that.
No, that's for sure.
Especially when the other team has 2 stuns that they can utilize.
Concept is doing a really good job in this top side. Harbinger, he's not looking too good. He's going pretty low. The Doug's coming through. Harbinger tries to ult forward. He's going to burn to death, and that's a solo kill for Concept. Wow. What a top lane oriented game this series has been.
Yeah, but Slivering Dingus is coming in.
He's looking for it. The TP's coming in from Harbinger. The pull. Oh, Concept, he's trying to outplay this, but it does not happen. The collateral damage is too much.
Yeah, it's very good that Slivering Dingus was their top lane to help out Harbinger. Because I believe he did pick up an assist from that.
Oh, and Chibi, it looks like they want to get this Cloud Drake. This is the hardest Drake to solo because he just does so much freaking damage. But it doesn't matter. He's going to go down like bread on butter. Bread on toast. Butter on toast. It's all the same. Whatever you put on your toast.
Jam.
Canada's a little different.
No, we do see Destiny trying to get a little bit of vision control. How about Pax?
Oh, he gets the stun. No? Nothing
No.
more.
Just a little boop and a hello.
Slivering Dingus is stealing a lot of jungle over here, and he still has his full bot side. This is really good for him and his Dark Harvest stocks.
You know, I've actually, I've seen more of Pike camouflage for engage rather than disengage. But I do understand, like, using the movement speed to get away. But...
Ooh, Concept fighting in this top side. Slivering Dingus is saying no more of that. He's gonna look for some damage. The Dark Harvest doesn't do that much. Concept, he's not done with this guy. He wants a little bit more. He's saying, come back here, buddy. Where are you going? He's gonna chase him down. Slivering Dingus, he's not long for this world. He's gonna go down. Concept, he's kiting this around. He's got his buddy coming up. Oh, he's trying to help him out. But Concept is saying, no, this is my one-man show. Down in the bot lane, there's a big old gang. A lot of fights are going down. Wow, what a lot of cross-map combat. And here comes Poe. He's trying to get the assist. Nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, a lot going on all over the map. Fortunately for Atlas, they were able to kill JS for Penguin in the bot lane, and top lane, Concept was able to secure almost 2 kills. Not quite
Oh, the all coming through Harbinger. He's trying to get it down. Concept is gonna go down. Harbinger with a great outplay, very patient.
Yeah, if he had tried to do that a little bit earlier, he definitely would have died to not Slivering Dingus, to Concept. So, kudos to him for waiting that out and getting some health regen.
This has been an absolutely insane back and forth top lane. Oh, Slivering. Gromp resets. Oh, that feels really bad. Now he might actually lose Herald because he spent a couple extra seconds on it. Oh, they're going to send Chibi up there, and so far it's not going to be contested. It's already half health.
Yeah, I think this was a free Herald for Atlas.
Oh, that's going to sting. Oh, poor Dingus. He messes up the reset, costs a Rift Herald. But he's going to get Raptors out of it. Silver lining. But it looks like they're calling for a gank on the mid. Chibi's getting pushed into his turret. Zeus going a little bit far forward to be asking for a gank here. But it looks like Slivering Dingus is going to set his sight on this control ward in bot lane. Oh, Jay, he goes in forward. He's going to look for the triple. There is the Chain of Corruptions, SIHR, Sword going forward, Destiny. Not in the absolute best position. Ooh, a good ult to try to get out. Good attempt. Not successful, though.
Yeah, good use of Kit to try to get out of that with an ulti, but unfortunately, not quite enough to get him out of that safely. So that's going to be both members of.
Oh, Chibi is flashing forward in this mid lane. He's looking for some damage. Aziz, he's looking for the turnaround, the W. It's got a lot of damage. The flash forward, Chibi, he's saying no. Oh, an absolutely beautiful stopwatch from Azizi saves him from certain death. Chibi, he has to run up this river if he wants a chance of surviving. Azizi does not want to give this up. He knows he made a great play, but he's going to have to. Wow, what a beautiful play from Azizi.
Stopwatch for sure.
My goodness. Now on the side of the jungle, it seems like Slivering Dingus and Poe are going to duke it out. Sword is saying none of that. I want to come in here. Oh, but Majestic Kiwi ulted on the backside, and Poe, he's going to survive. The only penalty being Slivering Dingus' death. Kiwi does want a little bit more destiny. He's going to use his little camouflage. He's going to run forward. He's channeling the hook. He's looking for it. He does not get Jay, but he gets Sword. Sword gets pulled back. He's going to try to kite away. He's going to slow everybody up. A stun goes down to Penguin. The blast play gets knocked from Destiny. Chibi, he's up forward in this. He does not have the ult from earlier. The harpoon from Destiny. Poe is going to jump in. That is a double kill for him.
Beautiful fight from Atlas. Like, I don't think that could have gone any better for them.
Oh, Destiny, he wants a little bit more. He's going forward. Majestic Kiwi wants some more. Destiny telling Aziz, you are not the only one who can use stopwatch.
Yeah, great use of stopwatch we've seen from both teams. Definitely good engage from Destiny as well.
Ooh, Destiny looking for the harpoon, does not get it. It looks like this mid turn's going to go down as Concept recalls, and that will most definitely be a reset. Oh,
yeah.
Destiny's playing a little far forward. He's going to get out, though.
Yeah, that's a lot of map pressure.
Harbinger's on the side. He might try to look for more. Slivering Dingus, he's running up forward here. He doesn't have his Dark Harvest up right now. Chibi not looking too good. The TP's coming in. Harbinger goes for the ult. The Pike takes it, and he lives. Jade knocks him away and saves his fellow support's life. But it looks like they're going to trade turret there.
Yeah, I do feel like Atlas is playing very, very well. They're definitely backing out when they need to. Unfortunately, NFG just keeps getting some picks here and there. If they can just prevent that from happening, then they should be able to scale indefinitely.
Oh, Concept, he wants a bit more. He's running up onto Azizi. The trample, stun, Jay, he's looking for Concept. He's going to kite away. The stun does not hit him. He has got 3 here. Oh, the flash coming in from Sword. He wants more. Concept lives. Now, there's a lot of contention for this drink. Poe does not want to give it up. Majestic Kiwi flashes forward. The Q is coming down. James for Penguin flashes forward. He gets the knock up onto Majestic Kiwi. The trample's coming through. He's going to get the stun down on Jax. Majestic Kiwi is looking very, very low. A very good attempt. Aziz gets Shibitsu on the backside of this fight. There is 2 up there. Harbinger trying to win this 1v2. The harpoon does not connect. Harbinger gets the kill, looking for more. Poe, he's got the stun up. He's channeling it. Harbinger does not get his Q. He does stun down. Destiny gets the stun on to Harbinger. He's looking for more. He gets the Q. He's walking forward. He's channeling up his W. He's looking for a bit more damage here. Destiny and Poe have to run away. And it looks like they will be able to.
Yeah, and it looks like Atlas has, or sorry, not Atlas, NFG has gone ahead and gotten that dragon while all that was going down in the bot lane. So that is an Infernal for NFG and a Windrake for Atlas as of right now. But it looks like Darius is just going to go clear some top waves, and the rest of the team is going to kind of push out bot and maybe try to get some towers here, as the only towers they've really gotten were in mid lane. So a little bit of objective control would definitely be helpful for Atlas.
And FG had this game by the horns. Sorry, Atlas had this game by the horns, and NFG are saying, no, we want our turn in the spotlight now. We are not going to go 0-2. We're going to give at least a 1-2.
Yeah, they're definitely trying a lot harder this game. Like, we've definitely seen, you know, them be a lot more productive.
Ooh, Destiny and Majestic fighting down in this bot side, getting some damage down to Harbinger, but he wants to go in here while a fight breaks out on this top side. There's a lot of damage coming down into both fights. Chimitsu getting low on the top side, but now this bot side looks like Majestic Kiwi is going to go down to Slivering Dingus, who is probably going to kill Destiny, and then up in this top side, it looks like Concept going to dive forward down to Sword. Poe is going to run away. A 4 for 2 for NFG.
Yeah, NFG is definitely trying to come back, and I think they can. Like, you know, they have a slight gold lead now, and they're tied in kills now. They're tied in Drakes now, and they're trying to get some more objective control by pushing these side lanes and getting these towers.
A very, very action-packed series so far. Not just game 1 or game 2. This series has been all about tempo and all about fighting. Last game, it was almost completely Atlas who had tempo all game. And now NFG are starting to take their tempo and they're getting back into it.
Yeah, and we do see that Chibi is over here trying to clear out this board. And meanwhile, Concept trying to maybe catch out Slivering Dingus, but ultimately decides to back away. Even though you know, Atlas is falling a little bit behind there. They are trying to keep up with that vision control, but for the most part, I feel like NFG has priority just, you know, having at least getting those deep wards in the enemy jungle, even if they're getting taken out right now. But, yeah, just for having them there, that's vision priority for them, even if they get taken out right away.
Ooh, Jay is not in the best spot. Chibi, he's walking forward. Majestic Kiwi is here too. They're getting some damage down onto him, but it looks like he's just going to walk away.
Yeah, Concept is trying to get this bot tower, but Harbinger does not want him to.
Now this bot side, Concept and Harbinger, they're duking it. He's got the dunk, but he's not going to get it. He's just going to back away, let Harbinger burn a little bit. He does have the cleaver, but Harbinger is just so abysmally tanky after maxing that W first.
Yeah, Concept is actually having to heal up.
Oh, Slivering Dingus. Poe, he's going to go look for the flash. He gets the stun off. There's a lot of damage. The Fear Beyond Death goes through. All they have to do is get a little bit more damage down onto him. The Execute will not come through. That means some push forward down onto Atlas. NFG looking for a lot more. Jay getting some damage. Destiny killing Slivering Dingus. He might have been off a little bit more than he could chew. But Concept, he's not looking too healthy. A lot of damage coming out, and he might go down. Very low HP, but lives. He heals up so much. Destiny putting out a great performance so far in this fight, killing off so many people, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to help out any of his teammates. He and Majestic Kiwi are alive.
Yeah, we did see Destiny kill off 2 people, but unfortunately that's not quite enough for his teammates, just because at this point Sword is actually doing quite a bit to Atlas in general. And Chibi's not really popping off like Harbinger did last game with that, sorry, I forgot the champion's name. With the Urgot, there we go. It took me a minute. But yeah, I'm not seeing as much of that Urgot damage this game.
Well, you have to remember, Harbinger was actually at around this point when he started popping off, so maybe it's just a KDA thing.
Maybe.
Maybe Chibi just hit the KDA power spike now, and this is where he comes online. He does have the Black Cleaver, which is incredibly good for him, and he's got the Jarm's Fist. I'm not sure what that's going to build into. Urgot can't build Sterix because he is ranged. Despite how low his range might be, he is a ranged champion. And now in this bot side disease, he's going very low. Tries to get the ult out, but it's just not enough. He's going to have to fall.
Yeah, maybe they'll finally be able to get this bot tower. It's very unhealthy.
Oh, and then up in this top lane, I'm sorry, Conceptual. He's fighting up Sword. Oh, the Chains of Corruption. Sword wants a little bit more, but the Merc Treads means that he's out of it really quick, but it doesn't matter. Concept gonna go down to Sword.
Yeah, and we see Atlas finally take that bot side tower. It's been unhealthy for quite some time.
Knock up Harbinger. He actually does a very large amount of damage despite being a tank. He's going to shout at Destiny, and he's going to walk forward down to Majestic Kiwi. Heal's coming through. He's very low. Poe, he's running forward. He gets the stunned. Destiny gets the Harpoon as well, but it looks like the Baron is going to be started here. Harbinger actually still gets a kill. Destiny gets the execute down as well, but the Baron is going on right now for the side of NFG, and there's only Chibi really to stop it because they sent so many people bot. Chibi is now forced to fight this in the Baron pit, but it's going to go down. And that is Baron for NFG.
Yeah, I feel like that was a really good call for Baron on NFG's part. You know, just sending 3 people bot lane to get that tower. I don't think that was a really good call, especially when you don't really have too much vision control around, you know, the area where, you know, like around the Baron, especially in the backside of it. Just you can't really see people going there a little bit earlier than, you know, when they're actually there, and so that helps, or it helps them on the side of NFG, you know, move around without being seen.
So Dingus, he might try to look for something here. No, he won't. He was thinking about it. He was thinking about it.
Yeah, and we do see some back end buys, but nothing major. It looks like NFG wants this top tower. And we don't really see Atlas doing much.
It's pretty interesting, the Majestic Kiwi. Last game he went the Stormraiser, but this game, because they have the Urgot mid, he feels like he needs more AP, so he's going for the Nashor's Tooth instead, so that he can try to be that main AP DPS that the team seems to be missing.
Yeah, I do see, or I would like to see more of like a full-on AP Kai'Sa this game, just because they don't have any AP besides her.
Yeah, she definitely has the opportunity to go through that build path since Kai'Sa has a lot of them. Oh, but Pa, he's not looking too good. The Chains of Corruption down onto him, and he is just going to get picked off in this jungle, face-checking a bush that he should not have been face-checking.
Yeah,
and now NFG gets a push.
Ooh. You see a little bit of a 1v1 going on?
Yeah, that mid lane concept, Harbinger, they're duking it out. Here comes the Harpoon, but nope, Sion's going to run. There's the Speedway, and he's just going to go eat up his little fruit, and then he's going to go back to farming. But up in this top side, NFG, they've got nobody to contest them, so they're happy to get a turret.
Yeah, they're definitely prioritizing that Baron.
Oh, and they're going to go on to Concept, who's looking pretty bad. Destiny, not in the best position either, going to have to run away. Chibi up in this front line, will not be able to for long. They all run away, they disengage that. Slippery Dingus pushing this bot side. He's going to look for another Dark Harvest stack. He's going to back away.
And we do see a nice rotation mid. They might be able to secure this tower as well. So that'll be 3 picked up with just this Baron.
It's definitely looking like one hell of a Baron power play for the side of NFG. They're pushing for this tower, and they're going to get the last inner side of Atlas as they're trying to engage here. But there is a call off. NFG just going to recall with the whatever amount of money they have, buy some items, maybe hit some new spikes. And they're going to try to push for a lot more next time.
Yeah, I definitely feel like NFG 100% utilized that Baron. Ooh.
Destiny, he's trying to make something happen. Goes for the Harpoon. There's the ult from Azizi, but there are not enough balls on the field to make it that worth it.
Yeah, I don't think that was a very necessary ulti.
No, he probably could have just saved it for the next fight, but I'm sure it'll be up by the time the next fight happens anyways.
Yeah, I believe at this point it's around a 60-second cooldown, so shouldn't be too bad.
Right now it is a 65-second cooldown, so it's fairly short. It'll be up pretty soon. Long enough, short enough for the next fight. And it looks like they're going to give Azizi this big wave of farm. He's got to be happy about that. Oh, there we go. That's satisfying.
Yeah, definitely helping get your Syndra ahead is one way to secure a few kills.
Ooh, Sword has the GA now. That is the absolute bane of Pyke's living. What's he going to do? Can't get through it. If he executes, it doesn't reset. So he's got to wait for his teammates to do it. But he's 20% of his team's damage.
Yeah, right now we just see some back and forth. from the teams as they're trying to figure out like if they want to fight, if they don't, or where they want to rotate. If they
Penguin's
do
walking
wanna
forward.
rotate.
There goes the Righteous Glory. Penguin pushes him forward, and there's a lot of damage. Harbinger trying to do what he can on this front side. There's actually not a whole lot of damage. Concept of this backside trying to dive is easy. It looks like NFG is just calling for a front to back, and they're doing pretty all right with it. There's Concept in the backside. He is now finally going to get collapsed on as NFG realize, hey, what's the Stargate doing back here? But then, at the same token, Atlas thinks, hey, what's this guy doing back here? And now NFG says, well, they pushed a little too far forward. Let's cut off their head for it.
Yeah, and Concept was actually the only one to really go down.
Jay, really aggressive. Canceling pose recall. And it looks like they're going to get an inhibitor off that play.
Yeah, it seems like, you know, NFG really pulled it together this game. There's a huge wave bot, though, pushing towards NFG's side. So I think someone really needs to rotate down there and clear that up before really heading over to the dragon.
The question is, do they want to recall now or do they want to get it bigger? Oh, the answer is they're going to get it now. They're going to give it to Aziz. Oh, he's got to be happy about that one. Nice big wave. Oh, he dropped 4 minions, but that's okay because Slivering Dingus is getting caught up in this top side. Majestic Kiwi, he knows he's got to make this play happen, so he's flashing for it. The Harpoon, Slivering Dingus dashes into the wall, gets killed.
No, the Harpoon did miss, but it might have been a zoning Harpoon. That's what I always call my skill shots that miss. That was the zoning Lux Q.
I mean, you know, if it gets your solo queue teammates off your back, whatever works, works. But Atlas, definitely not at a completely disgusting gold disadvantage. This is still a completely 100% winnable game. Either side can still win this. The inhibitor being down totally sucks, but this is still completely even for both sides.
Yeah, we do see NFG pick up another dragon, so that's a win and infernal for them. And Atlas has 2 windrakes, so it looks like NFG is going to rotate up to Baron, get that again. That would definitely help them in this game, really speedy-like, if it goes either uncontested or if they win the upcoming fight.
Right now, all NFG have to be thinking is, if we get the Baron, we win. If they fight us at the Baron, we win the game either way. So, beat them at the Baron. If they come to us, die. Do Baron, die. Let's just see which one they want to die to. Right now, it looks like they're just going to try to poke it. Destiny, I think he's getting a little antsy. He's sitting far up in this front. Oh, the Baron is going to get started. Destiny, like I said, being a little bit antsy, he's playing forward. Chibi, he's trying to do it too. Destiny walking forward. It seems like everybody's getting a little bit antsy. Nobody wants to sit around anymore. It's fight time as everybody's jumping into this fight. There is not a lot of damage going down. Very tanky frontliners that everybody has to get through. The first death is going to go for Sor. He's going to get a kill. Concept going to go down to Azizi. Poe, not going to be long for this world. The double kill for the Syndra. They're calling for the Baron, but no. They get to end the game. That's what you get at FG. You get to tie up this series 1-1.
Slivering just walked by Chibi, who was backing in a bush. Didn't even want to engage on that. No, I think skipping out on Baron and rushing it in the game is a better call for sure. Can't take any chances.
Atlas gets to watch their base fall as NFG bring this game to a 1-1. Like I said, they would at least do. And now the Nexus is going to fall down. There's actually the FF vote. That will be the game. The side of NFG taking us to a tie. And that is match point for both teams now.
Yeah, NFG definitely came back from that first loss. I feel like they performed really well in that second game. It might have had to do with the fact that they had all of their bans this game. So hopefully when we go into game 2, we'll either see, game 3, either we'll see NFG dominate because of their having their bans and having that advantage, or we're going to see Atlas come back and secure this game. So you're just going to have to stick with us, and we'll all find out.
Well, we're going to get into this deciding Game 3 in just a second here, and we will be right back. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Game 3, the absolute decider between Atlas and NFG. Right now, NFG are trying to prove the polls wrong and make all the people who voted cry by winning this game. However, the hope is still alive for Atlas, as they have gotten the Kaisa, and they have shown that they're definitely willing to first pick it, and that has been a pretty good formula for them.
Yeah, I feel like the Kaisa on or in the series has definitely been very strong. So I think at this point it's whoever either can get Kaisa or shut down Kaisa, depending on each individual situation.
I think another important thing to note is that despite how much praise I give Urgot, it actually has a 100% loss rate. We throughout the series, nobody's won with Urgot. Not a single person. And
Yeah.
it makes me a little sad. Because now I think people won't pick him anymore.
And now we're just waiting out these ban timers for Atlas. NFG does have all 5 bans once again. Atlas lost all 5 because they used an emergency sub and didn't give more than 2 hours notice. So we saw the Morgana ban come out first. I'm not sure if that's one of Destiny's favorites or one of Chibi's favorites, but either way, NFG really does not want to play against that Morgana. Same with the Renekton, apparently, as that comes out as their second ban. Now, we did see that Harbinger had a difficult time with that in the top lane, and they're just banning that out to be a little bit safe.
That's pretty fair. Concept has played very well on these aggressive top laners. Last game, the Darius didn't show up nearly as well as his Renekton, which is a little concerning, because it shows that maybe he just plays a lot of Renekton. But, you know, he did show a few signs of life when he made a couple of incredibly good plays. The Darius might get banned out. It will not. I would, again, really like to see the Kai'Sa first pick for Kiwi. I feel like if they don't, it's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, I do have to agree with that. I think that Kiwi has been very proficient on Kai'Sa, so just securing that for him would definitely help out Atlas in winning this last game of the series. But again, we wait out this ban timer.
I think the weirdest thing was how different Kiwi looked on the AP Kai'Sa in comparison to the Stormrazor Kai'Sa last game. Because it was almost like 2 different people. Did he play well? Sure. Did he play the same champion? Yes. But he didn't look like he understood nearly as well as he did in the game before. There's the Braum first pick, hovered. I like that a lot. That is incredibly good. The pick is very strong regardless of whose hands it's in. And it pairs up really well with Kai'Sa if they want to pick it. Or they could go for the Lucian and go for a hyper kill into the spot lane, which is what it seems like they're really proficient at doing.
Yeah, I do agree with you. I think Braum is definitely one of the stronger supports, and I feel like it pairs up very well with Kai'Sa, just because like she has that 1 attack speed ability that puts out a lot of damage really quick, and that does proc on that Braum passive. So that right there is a very quick and secured stun, so she can output even more damage on whoever happens to get stunned.
It seems like they're going to put the Kai'Sa pick on the back burner right now. The AD carry pick in general is they're going to lock in the Trundle, which could be jungle, but we've also seen at top, there is the Alistar. Alistar, so far in this series, has a 100% win rate and 100% presence. This champion has won both teams a game, and it seems like JS for Penguin is picking it. And Azizi on the Akali. I love this. Azizi has seemed so much like he's been out of his comfort zone a little bit these last 2 games. He played the Orianna, and he had a few good shockwaves at the end of the day, but a lot of them they just seemed flubbed. And then on the Syndra, he showed a lot. He seemed like he was much better on that burst style champion. So trying him on this more assassin mage just seems like the perfect pick, even though Chibi's picking Galio, because Akali still beats the Galio.
Yeah, I do feel like Azizi really was uncomfortable, especially on that Orianna. Like, I believe at the end of the game he was 0-7 on her, and then we saw a huge difference with the Syndra. So I do feel like Azizi would be a lot more comfortable on this Akali, maybe even comfortable enough to roam either top or bot lane. And I say that because I love to see mid laners roam. It definitely brings a lot more excitement to the game. It definitely helps out your laners a lot as well. When you do decide to roam as a mid laner. So I would love to see he really put in that effort to, you know, have presence in places other than mid lane on that Akali pick.
It would definitely become a different game. Now, the Kai'Sa, because they didn't pick it, is now banned from Kiwi, so we now have to see if he can play something else.
Yeah, I feel like Kiwi would do relatively well on a hyper carry, and I say that because every AD carry that I duo with that plays Kaisa usually plays hyper carries. Like it seems comfortable for them. So I would like to see maybe a Jinx, a Twitch, or even maybe a Tristana. Like Tristana's not really meta right now, but she's actually really good right now.
She's actually seen a lot of traction, especially for NA and EU players, boot camping and solo queue. Reckless has been loving her. Sneaky's been loving her. I think Uzi's been playing her a little bit. I think that she's doing a lot better. I would like to see the Tristana. I think that'd be really good, especially since Kaisa and Lucian are both off the table, which are really strong with Braum. But the Echo, wow, that's a surprise.
Yeah.
So this could be mid Echo. I'm a big Echo player. I'm a frequenter of the Echo main subreddit, and a lot of Echo players have been saying that with Glacial Augment buffs, top lane tank Echo is back because his base damages are still really good, and now his auto attack's slow again. So that could be Glacial Augment Echo for concept, and Chibi is staying on the Galio.
Yeah, I would actually, I think I'd prefer to see the Galio top rather than Echo, but I feel like they're really interchangeable at this moment. So it could be a Trundle top and an Echo jungle as well, even though we don't really see too much of Echo jungle anymore, but that is still a possibility.
Oh, it looks like it might be with the Yasuo hover. That could actually be AD carry Yasuo. The hover is there. Braum and Yasuo are actually a very good bot lane, and they actually pair pretty well against Varus Alistar, but it's not. He baited me. It's going to be the Vayne. What I think is interesting for NFG, they have 2 curses. Okay? So NFG has Alistar wins every game in the series, but they also have Urgot loses every game in the series. Now, the problem for me is that Jay didn't play Alistar as well as Destiny, but Harbinger played Urgot much better than Chibi did. So this is gonna break a curse.
Yeah, and we did see the Vayne come out. Like we haven't seen too much of Vayne in the Games XP tournament, the series, or not the series, sorry, the season. Like not too much of it, just because she's like super late game and she's very dependent on getting ahead in lane, or at least farming with like no contest in lane. So I'm not really sure how the Vayne pick's going to work out for them. I do feel like if they can push it to like a 30-minute game, it'll be really good. But early to mid game, I'm not really sure if they can take advantage of that pick.
The team comp for the side of Atlas is really weird, because the goal of the top lane Echo is to beat up his lane opponent, but that's really hard to do against Urgot because you get outranged, and if you all in him, 9 out of 10 times he can trade you if his shotgun's up. And then they have the Trundle, who's not, he's okay in the early game. He kind of spikes up in the mid game, and then late game he kind of teeters off a little bit where he's just an auto tank. So they don't really have like these super massive tools to get them through the early game so that Vayne can carry. And I feel like that's 100% their win condition. This is like game 1 where they're putting all their eggs back in Kiwi's basket, but this time they don't have concept on a super hyper carry top lane, assuming that it is going to be the Bruiser Echo. If it's Assassin Echo, he's going to have an even worse time because Harbinger's going to out-sustain him and out-damage him because he's tankier than him.
Right, and I do feel, or I do agree with you, I do feel that in order for them to stand a chance against NFG this game, that they're definitely going to have to, protect the Vayne and get the Vayne ahead. And that might be very hard to do with that Echo top lane just because, one, it's not like a heavy tank. And then 2, if Echo gets behind and Urgot gets ahead, that Urgot's going to be a huge problem for that Vayne. So I think it really depends on how Vayne does early and then how other lanes do against their opponents, so their opponents aren't picking off Vayne.
Very important to get Kiwi through the early game into the mid game, because Vayne with Ginsu's is okay with 2 items. She can fight at that point. Does she want to go much later? Yes, but she can fight. Which means that if they can squeeze themselves into a lead through the mid game, they can get Kiwi into some fights and they can win them. But NFG, their early game is so much better. They have the winning mid lane, they have the winning jungle, they have the winning top lane, they have kind of a weird bot lane. Again, but I think it wins. I think that doesn't bode well for the side of Atlas.
Yeah, as long as Akali doesn't run bot lane too much, I think Vayne should be all right. As long as, like, you know, she doesn't get camped by either Graves or Akali. But with that being said, I do believe we have to go into a commercial break before we get into Game 3 of Atlas versus NFG.
My name is Tim Borseth, and I own and operate Games XP in Decorah, Iowa. Games XP is a geek paradise. We carry everything from Pong and Atari all the way to Xbox One and PS4, and all the games that would go with those consoles as well. We also carry a ton of movies. We have handheld games. We have Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon. We have D&D and Pathfinder. We carry Warhammer 40K. We have a vintage Star Wars selection. This place is great. My wife and I have had 6 kids, and they are so much fun to work with here at the store. They run the store as much as I do.
And we now repair cell phones, game consoles, computers, and small electronics.
Our store is instant fun. Not only is there cool music and cool stuff to look at, but we have a game room that is so much fun. It's free to play, and you just plug in your game system and enjoy life. The Game XP motto is bringing joy to people's lives through our products, people, and a place to play. So you have got to come to Decorah, Iowa, and check out Games XP and experience this geek gaming paradise.
Hello, everybody. We are now ready to get into the game-deciding Game 3 between Atlas and NFG. And it looks like I was wrong. Concept is actually going for the Electrocute Echo.
Yeah, I would have liked to see the other one that you mentioned. I already forgot the name of it. What was it? Glacial Augment?
Bruiser
Yeah.
Echo.
Right.
It's definitely not super big, and no pros are going to be playing it anytime soon because it's not nearly as good as we give ourselves credit for.
Oh, there's a duck in the river. It's so cute. I just noticed that. How long has that been there?
The duck's been there for a very long time. It's a pretty rare chance he pops up, and he only pops up for one person, so I can't see it. There's a possibility that Nick can't see it either.
Oh no.
Yeah, Nick can't see it, and he's saying that he thinks that Quasars is quackers.
Oh my god. Worst joke ever by Nick. Thank you, Nick.
I wished him happy birthday once on his stream, and that was the biggest joke up until this point. Well, we're gonna get into Game 3, and I just found out that it's Cinco Gazer's birthday. I don't know if he's watching right now, but I love you. That's my boyfriend.
Yeah, we both love you, Cinco. Happy birthday.
Alright, enough about Cinco. Let's get into Game 3. His Renekton did come out earlier, though, so that's nice.
Yeah, Graves is actually starting blue buff with no leash.
Uh-oh. The bot lane, there's already a little bit of trouble in Paradise. They're dueling already. I'm kind of surprised that Sword got... Oh no, never mind, they don't get bans. I was gonna say I'm surprised Sword got Varus again, but they don't get bans. Sword gets Varus every game, they don't get banned.
Right, and we do see a little bit of poke coming out from Chibi in the mid lane. Nothing too major. It looks like maybe Trundle wants to go for either an early gank or an invade.
Aziz is kind of playing this mid lane a little bit weird. He's going for poke, and he's playing around his Shroud, but he's not playing around the passive in his Shroud. So he's playing it a little bit more passive. I think he's just trying to respect that the Trundle early game is there, but because of the early aggression, it does let Slivering Dingus potentially get this Scuttle Crab. Ooh, and he does get it.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen too much Akali play since after her rework. But...
Chibi, he's doing a lot of damage. If he had Ignite, that could have been a solo kill. Z is very, very low. Sustain's pretty good for the Akali, though.
Yeah, it looks like Graves is trying to come in for a gank in mid lane. Notices the disease, he's having a little bit of an issue.
He has the smoke, there's the taunt. Chibi, the Winds of War. He gets the knock-up. Chibi, the Ignite goes down onto him. First blood for Slivering Dingus. He gets the last auto.
Yeah, really good gank from Slivering Dingus. Chibi was kind of had a little bit of tunnel vision on getting that Akali, but didn't really ward up to see if Graves was coming down mid.
Like he will be so far. Z's doing his job. Graves pushing it down. That's going to be the teleport from Chibi. That is a very big cooldown, as I've been saying every game since game 1 of this series.
Yeah, we do see that Sword and JS for Pigman are kind of pushing Kiwi and Destiny underneath their tower. So definitely seeing a little bit of aggression coming out from Sword.
I feel everybody's playing it a little bit slower. You can feel the nerves and the tension of this deciding game because this is game 3 of the series. Whoever wins this will be the final victors. The tempo is definitely for the side of NFG as they won the last game. But anything goes at this point. It's 1-0, but that is far from meaning that anything is close to over. But up in this top side, Concept not looking too good. There is 3 though. Harbinger, he might have bit off a bit more than he can chew. The taunt comes through. Harbinger is going to go down to Concept, who does get his passive off. And they could look for the turret up here.
Yeah, that's a lot of people top lane for just one person, but I mean, it worked out for them. They didn't waste any sums, and they got Harbinger, so.
They might actually be looking for the Drake here. NFG go onto it. It's very, very early. And it looks like Aziz is trying to make sure that they don't go over to it. They don't see the Graves. Sorry, they don't see the Graves. They don't see the Trundle, but he is on the top side, which means this is a free Drake. This is a very, very early Infernal.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to go really low at this dragon. And maybe... Oh, I was about to say, maybe they might need a ZZ there to help them take it, but looks like it's secure. No one died, so they're just going to back out of that with an early Infernal Drake for NFG.
Oh, Chibi, he's getting a little aggro. But nothing Aziz can't handle.
And we do see that Trundle's maybe trying to set up a gank, but maybe after he secures this Scuttle.
It's so hard to watch Trundle do Scuttle Crab because he doesn't have an easy way to get the shield away. Oh, there's Aziz. Chibi, he gets the taunt off. That was a really cool looking pillar. Knocks Aziz up. I don't think it did a whole lot. Aziz with the ult away gets a little bit of extra damage down onto Chibi. No harm, no foul. He gets away.
I feel like Concept's gonna have a really tough time.
I feel like Pa's gonna have a really hard time ganking these lanes. Urgot, that's fair, you know, that's not that bad of a gank. Bot lane, that's horrible. And then you got a Akali. How do you get a Akali? You're Trundle. So all he's gonna be able to do really is just counter gank, invade, or stop people from invading his own jungle. As Slivering Dingus is trying to get a little bit, and he's gonna dip.
Yeah, I would have liked to see a lot more of a mobile jungler from Atlas, but the Trundle pick is going to help late game when it comes to peel, but they have to be able to get to late game. So
yes, it seems like in these Game 3 series, teams choose to either put their jungler on someone who is extremely simple to play, like the Trundle, or they put them on something incredibly hard and risky, like the Graves, who can go one way or the other.
Yeah, I do feel like Graves is really strong right now, but still he can get shut down pretty early on if they're not careful.
Oh, there's Harbinger at the top. Ooh, Concept dodges the death call. Fear Beyond Death would have definitely been a death call for him. Concept dodges it with his Chrono Break.
Yeah, Braum is a really good pick with Vayne just because he can protect her from, you know, anything that Sword wants to throw at her.
Oh, Pause looking forward. Penguin does have the W. He could look to try to just knock him away. Destiny walks forward. Yes, the Q does not hit it. He's going to walk forward. Winter's Bite is down for Destiny. He's going to walk away.
Yeah, not the best gank, but it did end up giving Majestic Kiwi and Destiny a little bit more lane pressure. So that's beneficial just because they're not taking any extra hits to their tower when they're pushed up to mid lane or to the middle of their lane, sorry, rather than backed up into their tower.
So, I've been seeing a lot more 80 carries go Berserker Greaves first. I started to do it myself too after there's a Reddit post about how Reckless has always done it, and so the thought process behind it is that if you push in the wave, then it doesn't matter how much AD the enemy 80 carry has if they don't get to fight you. Oh, but it seems like Slivering Dingus got caught out. Oh, the taunt! Oh, he flashes back, walks forward, dies. That's really bad for him. That's a very interesting interaction.
Yeah,
like
and
looking aggro.
yeah, we do see that Braum's like trying to get his passive stacks onto Sword and Penguin, but Vayne just kind of wants to farm it out. So I think it's more of a hey, get off my tower, get off my AD carry, Q and auto than anything else.
As he's walking forward up in this mid lane, he does get his passive, but he's got to run. Paul, he does get the pillar. The knock up, Chibi gets it just on the very corner of it. Aziz gonna pass away. He's gonna get killed by that Trundle ult, sucking his life juices out.
Yeah, we do see Echo's trying to clear out some words, but Harbinger is like, nope, those are mine.
Concept is gonna get the stun up here. He's actually, a lot of respect from him. He's just gonna walk away. He says, I don't know where the jungler is. Oh my goodness, and then in the bot lane, here comes Chibi. He's looking for a little bit of revenge. Down on a chance for Penguin. He gets the ult off the trample there. It's the stun auto attack. Ooh, the knockback and Sword gives the heal. What a beautiful bait for the side of Atlas. Slivering Dingus is also here. Chibi is fairly low. Destiny as well. The smoke screen will not land. There is no slow. A beautiful disengage and a very good attempt at the turnaround there.
Yeah, I think they probably could have fought that a little bit longer if Graves hadn't showed up. So that was very good roam down bot lane from Graves. Definitely prevented any kills going over to Atlas.
Very clean attempt to try to turn around something there. Ooh, Azizi in this mid lane. He's getting a lot of damage out of the Trundle. He's going to force him to flash. I don't think he had to. Oh, the taunt coming in. Shibitsu knows he's got to be in here somewhere. The Winter's Bite does not connect. Slivering Dingus is here. He's saying, Destiny, you went a little bit too far, buddy, and I can't let you do it again. And there's the Fear Beyond Death.
Oh, poor Destiny. He's just a Braum.
Well, he pushed a little bit too far forward. He got a little bit punished for it.
Yeah, and we do see Chibi still trying to poke out Azizi.
Oh, Azizi and Chibi fighting in this bot side, in this mid side. Sorry, Chibi is out of mana. Aziz, he wants a little bit more. Takes another turret shot. That is very dangerous for him. He has the ult, but it is not enough damage. He's gonna have to let him go.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised at how well Azizi is trading with Chibi. Because as we've seen before, like, typically their trades are one-sided, especially, like, judging by Game 1 and Game 2. But here in Game 3, all their trades are pretty even.
This is no longer a one-sided game by any means. Neither team wants to admit defeat. Although, it's looking pretty damn good for the side of Atlas with those 2 Drakes at 12 minutes.
Yeah, I actually didn't even realize that they picked up the second one. We were so preoccupied. But that is a Mountain Drake and an Infernal Drake for for NFG.
Those are definitely 2 of the best Drakes that you could possibly have. Unless you get a Cloud Drake with Celerity Strong. Then it's alright. Seems like Aziz is just trying to save his control ward. Oh, Slippery Dingus gets caught out. The Galio ult onto Concept. He's going to ult back to Chrono Break. He's going to heal Aziz. Goes forward. He gets the stun with the ult. He's looking for the execute. Concept very, very low. But Harbinger, he's a little bit too far forward. He is going to fall. Slippery Dingus going pretty low to his blue buff. Aziz is going to die too. Slippery Dingus doesn't want any of this. Backs away.
Yeah, and that is a 2-for-1 for Atlas. So it's actually pretty even. NFG is up 0.4k, and Atlas is only up 1 kill, so it's fairly even despite the Drake advantage for NFG.
Oh, and it looks like they're going to go all in on this bot lane, the Glacial Fissure, but there is the Shades of Corruption from Arrow, and that is going to kill Destiny as he gets locked down.
Yeah, that looked like a bit of a miscommunication just because I noticed that Kiwi was trying to hit the Alistar while Braum was going all in and trying to hit Sword.
Miscommunications happen, unfortunately. Sometimes it means that someone's got to die for it.
Yeah, we do see some poke going back and forth top lane. Meanwhile, NFG's in the bot lane trying to get this tower, which they will secure, and that is first tower for NFG.
NFG thus far, they're doing a very good job in this early game. They're definitely trying to turn it around. Harbinger doing a fair bit of damage. Concept, he's going to have to Chrono Break for some health. Ooh, the Fear Beyond Death. Harbinger, he is not going to get it. He's kind of pulling up his body there. He's going to jump forward. He might be able to live. The shield is very big. The Subjugate comes down, and there's just nowhere for him to go. That's the kill for Concept, sorry. And they're going to pop down the Rift Herald. Atlas are trying very hard not to say die here. They're down 2 Drakes, but they got to keep pushing for it. They can't let this get the best of them.
Yeah, Concept, he's not really doing too well against Harbinger on his own. Excuse me, on his own. But every time Graves, or sorry, not Graves, Trundle comes top lane, he seems to be able to secure a kill.
Well, it seems like this is still definitely anybody's game. It's going to get very dangerous late game with that Infernal Drake advantage for the side of NFG. But again, anybody could win this game still. Only a 400 gold lead, only 2 Drakes. Kills are down 1 for the side of Atlas. And gold is only down by 400 for them as well.
Yeah, now it seems like they're just trying to wave clear, but... Ooh.
Ooh, the flash forward in the mid lane, and then there's a lot going on the bot side as well. It doesn't look like it's going to go too well for Harbinger. He's going to fall. There's just too much damage and too much CC for him.
Yeah, that's a kill that's actually going to go to the Vayne. And I believe that's actually her first kill, so...
It is. Which is very dangerous for her. The more you get Vayne's ball rolling, the faster it rolls, and then it keeps going and going and going.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be hard for NFG if this Vayne is able to get the items and the kills that she needs to scale.
Ooh, Concept and Aziz duking it out on the top side. Aziz doing a lot of damage. He's gonna get the auto attack off. Ooh, Aziz with the solo kill on the Concept with the execute ult.
Yeah, Concept actually didn't have flash for that fight and had to ulti, but wasn't enough to get him out of that. So maybe if he had flash, he could have lived, but unfortunately for him, he did not.
This entire series has been so dependent on the bot lanes and the top lanes. It's definitely been different in a meta where it seems more like mid jungle or the center stage. This game's been nothing but different.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there. We didn't see too much going on in the mid lane for either team. It was after the laning phase that we really started to see like either of the mid laners pick up. And same goes for the junglers, really. Like, yes, they've had good ganks, but they haven't really been doing too much
Might be trying to engage here. The Chains of Corruption coming in from Sword. Chibi is on this backside. Slippery Dingus gonna get taunted up. Harbinger zoning some people off of the backside. Slippery Dingus. Chibi is going to be the first to fall. Just a Kiwi getting pushed back to this backside. He is very low. The kill goes down onto Sword. He is dead. Long gone. Majestic Kiwi gets another kill down to Slippery Dingus. Concept tries to get back into this fight. It's not going to be super easy for him. He does it now. Jasper Penguin goes down. Harbinger gonna go down as well. That's a good fight for Atlas. That's what they've wanted.
Yeah, that was very messy on the side of NFG. Like, we saw a little bit of mispositioning, and we saw the Braum ulti actually come out pretty late, but you know, I think he didn't really need to use it at all, seeing as they were winning that fight so hard. Yeah, right now we just see the first Drake for Atlas picked up is the Infernal Drake, which is a little bit unfortunate for NFG because otherwise they would have had 2 Infernals and a Mountain Drake, which would have been really good for them. But now Atlas is kind of caught up in that extra damage from that Infernal Drake that they just picked up, and they do have really good vision control in the enemy jungle as well, as we see like NFG's red buff is warded, and all in their jungle is warded up pretty well. And they also have a pink ward on the dragon, which they just secured as well. So seeing as Baron's about to be up here shortly, I would like to see Atlas kind of get some vision priority on that, just to be sure that, you know, NFG isn't trying to be sneaky and get a Baron like they did earlier.
Yeah, they do seem to do incredibly well with that call. That was a really incredible macro decision. I wanted Atlas to get back into what they were doing in Game 1. Because it just seems like after Game 1, they had this amazing goal plan. 28-10 in kills for them. That's absolutely crazy. The game was super short. The game was almost done by this point in Game 1. But now it just seems like they've lost their way.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I think that in Game 2, Atlas did seem a little bit cocky going into NFG, but then again, they really didn't have the bans that they needed.
Everybody's flashing out at Chibi here. It's a party in mid lane, and Chibi is no longer invited. He gets off the guest list as he falls.
So, yeah, unfortunate for Chibi. He did get caught out in a 1v3. That is another kill over to NFG.
There's Echo coming into this mid lane. He's going to be the one to wave clear in if anybody's going to do it, but it looks like he won't be the one to do it, and that mid lane tower's going to fall.
Yeah, NFG actually is a tower up on Atlas right now. So even though Atlas is kind of coming back, I do feel like they need a little bit better objective control in order to kind of get ahead, just by getting maybe bot lane tower and trying to get this tier 1 in mid. That would really help them get ahead.
Yeah, it just almost seems like they gotta start pushing themselves forward a little bit more. They just seem to be playing so further back. I get the Game 3, you know, you don't want to mess up, you don't want to be the guy to cost your team the game, but like, this has been a consistent thing for Atlas throughout this series, is they got that high tempo, and then they lost it. Their mental just teetered.
Yeah, I do think that they really do need to pick it up if, because we see that NFG is having like a higher pace just with getting objectives and rotating and making those Dragon and Baron calls. But after Game 1, Atlas kind of chilled out on all that, and they've been like trying to take it slow, which I don't think is the best call for them. I do think they need to pick it up because we're getting into that mid game, and at this point, you know, Vayne has almost 2 items. So once she gets that second item, then it's gonna be game changing for them, and they really need to prioritize that damage coming out from the Vayne.
At this point, you start to wonder, because the only difference between Game 1 and Game 2 and Game 3 is the Alistar. It starts to make you wonder how strong this pick really is to this team, and maybe they should have been prioritizing it a little bit stronger if it means this much to them in their game plan.
Yeah, I do feel like Destiny isn't very comfortable on the Braum. Just because typically Brahms tend to be a little bit more aggressive than how Destiny has been playing it. Yes, we've seen some good Braum plays, and that last team fight where, Atlas killed 4 members of NFG. But other than that, I really haven't seen anything really come out of that Braum pick.
Just seems a little out of the ordinary for Atlas compared to Game 1. Now we see the contrast, and now we see their severe lack of vision control as well. I think they have 1 ward on the entirety of this map. 2 now. That's just gotta feel horrible.
Yeah, I do feel like...
he's gonna get engaged on the trample coming through from Jay. He's punching him in the face and he's saying, sit down. Oh, and Aziz, he's looking for a bit more. He's gonna look for the execute, gets it. And that is a beautiful solo kill for him. Showing up on this Akali pick.
Yeah, Akali's definitely gotten to a point where she can kill pretty much everyone that isn't a tank. And maybe even Braum, just because he's not as tanky as he could be right now. But we do see that NFG is going ahead and making this Baron call once again. But this time, Atlas seems to know about it.
Concept is walking forward. He gets the steal! Ooh. Concept! What a beautiful steal! Runs in forward, takes the Baron, and you start to wonder why this guy is the starter.
Yeah, definitely one of the best steals I've seen since I started casting. I actually wasn't expecting them to try to steal like maybe a Braum ult, but I didn't expect anything else. Maybe like an Echo Q from like outside of the wall, but I did not expect a full dash in, Q, and ult out from Concept there.
Well, I don't think you're the only one, because Slippery Dingus still has Smite. So he didn't actually use it. So Concept actually just outsmited him. And that's going to be a Drake. They are now completely even in Drakes. They're up 1.6k in gold. They're up 1 kill, and they're even in turrets. This is by far the most even game we've seen in this series.
Yeah, Atlas was definitely falling behind before, but they just now came back from it. Like, that Baron steal is definitely going to help them get back in this game and, like, get ahead. And, you know, like I said, like, they've been having issues sieging towers and applying, like, pressure compared to NFG. But with this Baron, they could more than definitely get a couple more towers out of it if they decide to rotate together and if they're able to get the picks off that they need to secure a couple more towers.
Well, they're going to try to go on to Jay. He is not going to live very much longer as he's going to fall. And Atlas, they get a free push right now. They can go up, they can get their Baron buff minions. It's a 4v5. They're still pretty healthy. They're going to look for a lot more. Arrow, try to get another arrow down onto the enemy team. Aziz is going to have to run away as Chibi walks up with the taunt. Graves was actually just farming his jungle, which means that they're probably going to have to give up potentially an inhibitor turret. Maybe just another top outer.
Yeah, I would have liked to see, Atlas try to initiate a little bit more and maybe try to get 2 players just so they could have someone go top lane and another person go mid lane.
Now this is cheesy. Oh, they're not going to do it. Oh, maybe they will. No, Chibi doesn't get the taunt off. That was a cheesy attempt.
Yeah, we now see that Atlas is actually trying to clear out some vision and get some wards. So that's definitely going to help them when it comes to seeing like where NFG is at, so they can avoid any unwanted fights.
This is very, very dangerous for both sides. Any big mistake could mean it's, a big swing in gold. Because, like I said last game, even though it kind of cursed me, there's still a really good chance of either team winning this. Both team compositions are actually very good in my opinion. The Echo top, I question it a little bit, but the mid Galio makes up for it thus far. This game is still super duper even though the Baron Steel came through.
Yeah, like we don't see too much of a gold lead. Atlas is up by about 2k, but nothing major. Atlas is up by 2 kills, Dragons are even, and because they just secured the Baron, they're actually up 2 towers. But I mean, as long as Atlas doesn't get caught out and
Chain of Corruption's on Braum. There's the Glacial Fissure. A beautiful job. Cancels Jay's W. And then there's a great taunt from Chibi as well. He's trying to go forward. He does. Majestic Kiwi flashes forward down an arrow or sword by mistake. And the Conflict, he's going to rush forward to a triple kill for the Vayne. It's going to cost him his life complex as well, as he's saying, no more, I want this fight. Now Destiny goes down, Chibi going very, very low. Pa going low as well. He's going to survive. He's going to take down Aziz. He heals up so much despite being ignited.
Yeah, I feel like that fight could have gone a lot better, but it's still one fight for Atlas. Unfortunately, they didn't have enough players live to finally finish off this Graves or siege another tower. But I mean, a one fight's a one fight in the end, so. Now we're just seeing some recalls, and it looks like they're trying to push some side lanes just to keep Atlas from really getting anything else out of it. We have the next Dragon up in about 130 and the next Baron up in about 140. So teams really need to start getting vision priority on both those objectives, because either one of them is really going to help them get ahead.
It's Mountain Drake, which is going to be contested from both teams, because the more Mountain Drakes, the faster your Baron, and both teams have pretty fast Barons.
Yeah, this Mountain Drake is definitely gonna put them ahead when it comes to siege potential for whichever team does manage to secure that. Just because both teams do have an Infernal and a Mountain Drake, so having 2 Mountain Drakes is twice the siege potential as one. So you really want to kind of prioritize that, and it looks like Atlas is already starting to roam over there.
Ooh, Azizi walked up a bit forward, but he's okay. Not a lot is happening. This, so far, is our longest game of the series. Game 3, it makes sense that it would be this one. But there is a 3k gold lead for the side of Atlas. They're probably fine sitting on the gold lead that they have right now. But at some point, they gotta try to end this one out.
Yeah, and the later this goes, the stronger the AD carries on both teams get. I do feel like Vayne scales just a little bit better than Varus. Not by too much, but slightly. So I do feel like the longer this game goes, the more of an advantage Atlas is going to have. Especially with the Echo getting items that he needs. And then Braum and Trundle getting tanky and being able to peel better for that Vayne.
As long as the Vayne gets peel, and as long as he doesn't go too far forward, this is a very, very good position for Atlas to be in. If they can just keep their Vayne protected, that's all they have to do to win 90% of these team fights.
Yeah, and it actually looks like Vayne is trying to sneak this dragon, but oh, and she gets it. I was gonna say that NFG actually has vision on that, but apparently it didn't matter because she just picked that up for free.
Concept does try to walk forward. Won't get anything except a little bit of poke damage. And it looks like they're going to try to rotate up onto this top side.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to either bait or secure this Baron. Yeah, I don't think that's the best place for NFG to fight them.
No. NFG really want to avoid fighting Atlas in these jungle areas. They got the Braum, they've got the Galio, they got the Vayne. Oh, but it doesn't seem to matter. Majestic Kiwi, he's trying to be the hero of this fight. Soren gets a kill down on a concept very quickly. Jay going down. Majestic Kiwi, they need to peel for him as he's going very low. And he is going to try to kite away. He is making sure that he's staying in the back line. There's a lot of peel for him, but there is a triple kill. And it is only Kiwi left.
Yeah, unfortunately, Atlas wasn't even able to pick up a single kill for that one, so it looks like this should be a free Baron for NFG, especially seeing that Akali is keeping that Vayne occupied in mid lane, so there's no chance of that getting stolen. So with that, NFG is already pushing back and taking, or is probably going to try to take everything that they lost from Atlas, so another 2 towers preferably.
NFG are working incredibly hard to stay in this game against Atlas. After a crushing defeat in Game 1, it seemed really hard for them to come back, yet here they are. They're making a great turnaround in Game 3 of this series, and they are trying to push for the win.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to keep going back and forth unless one of these teams gets a substantial lead. And at this point in the game, that's very hard to do just because, like, you know, you're pretty even in objectives and, you know, everyone's getting full build. So really getting ahead is going to be, like, really tough.
Further ahead you are in this game, definitely the easier it is for you to win. That's a story as old as time for anyone who plays this game.
And we do see that they know that this is war. They're trying to get some vision control and trying to take out some vision. Maybe catch out a Graves if they're lucky, but it looks like he's just gonna walk away.
What do you think? What do you think Atlas has to do to win this game?
Ooh, I feel like the best thing that they can do is just protect their Vayne. Because we saw in the last fight, like, they did a good job of it. They just weren't outputting enough damage on the champions that they should have been putting that damage on. So I feel like better focus on...
Oh, and there it goes, the Glacial Fissure flash forward from Destiny. He's going to try to catch up onto Jay. And Majestic Kiwi, he's going to get a kill down to the Graves on the backside. He's going to try to live. The Urgot gets the execute. Harbinger's going to chase him away. Azizi, he is going to get the GA away. And this looks like it could be it for NFG. They're going to try to kill Atlas off here. Majestic Kiwi, the last one alive. A good piercing arrow from the side of Sword. And they're going to push down to this mid lane. It's looking like this is NFG's game. And it looks like they're going to try to take the series despite people not thinking that they would win it.
Yeah, I feel like that was an unfortunate fight for Atlas, but this is definitely going to be game for NFG. A very back and forth game for both teams, but I feel like NFG was just able to get that last Baron and to ultimately win team fights and win the game.
Hawks did not seem to be super happy about that one. That will be the game. NFG do beat Atlas.
Alright, so are we doing an interview? I believe so. Okay. I guess we're gonna do an interview. Who do you think deserves that? Window.
That game, consistently, I felt like there were no really massive standout performances in either games. Harbinger did good in game 1, or sorry, game 2. Game 1 he did well. Game 2 was Game 3 was also Arrow didn't play. I kind of want to give it to Penguin. I think Penguin played incredibly well.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna have to agree with you. I feel like he did very well in the bot lane, and did his best to protect his AD carry, and I feel like he peeled very well, got really well, or did really good at maintaining vision control on bot side. So, yeah, I'd have to agree with you.
I think Penguin was definitely the MVP. I think it was definitely the MVP of that series. I thought he played incredibly well. Game 1 was a little bit shaky. Game 2 and Game 3 on the Alistar pick, I felt like made a massive difference.
Oh.
Hey.
Hello.
There's Pengu now. So we decided that you would be the MVP after the performances in Game 2 and Game 3 on the Alistar.
Oh gosh.
So, how are you guys feeling going into Game 2 and 3 after the first loss?
Oh my god, dude, legit Arrow trolled us by not even showing up, and so we had to like sub in and like holy crap. But then like he came back and luckily we got it. It was a bit sloppy, yeah, but
Did you guys feel better or worse going in without with Arrow?
Better because we had a lot more practice with them, but worse because he trolled us. So we were like a bit tilted when we were first going in, but we're fine.
Well, that's good to hear. How did you guys feel about the there was a weird amount of Alistar priority. It seemed like every time Alistar was picked, whoever had picked him won the game.
Yeah, Alistar is such a good. He's my favorite champion. 100%, 100% win rate. Anybody can like it's like yeah, 100% win rate. You can play against. Pick him, you win.
Well, you're probably never gonna get Alistar again now.
You'd be surprised. I'll wiggle it out.
That's a fair statement. How do you guys feel on NFG going into what is gonna be close to the playoff season?
I feel like we're gonna get first place. Easy win. Easy win.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, we're not gonna lose a single game from here on out.
Are there any specific teams you want to call out?
Every one of them. They're all gonna lose.
Quasar, do you have any questions?
Yeah, but I don't think I'm allowed to ask them on stream. So.
Oh gosh.
Pengu, is there anybody you want to shout out? Anything you want to shout out? YouTube channel, other people, whatever it might be.
I stole Harb's MVP again. I want to give it to him. He played really consistent too. I say he deserved the MVP. For my MVP award goes to Harb.
Well, I'm sure he appreciates it, but at the end of the day, we thought that you played better than him, so screw Harb.
Oh, okay, I like that.
That'll be it for us from GXPC. We will see you next time for our next scheduled game.